Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome back to Visa Preps with Excel with Emmy. I've been off for Monday, Tuesday. Today is Wednesday, and we are starting a new session. So welcome. We will wait for a couple of minutes for people to join, and we can start. Okay. All right. We have 7 people on the line. I'm still waiting. Once we reach 3 minutes at start, we can just go ahead and start the session. All right, let's start. Let me share the StreamYard link and um take it from there. Take it from there. All right, I just shared the link to StreamYard. So if you're interested in asking your questions or mocking for a mock interview, you wanna click on that and let's do this. Yeah, pin the link as well. All right, Susanna. All right, Susanna, how are you doing?
I'm fine, you.
I'm good. Do you have any questions or you want a mock session?
I want a mock session
Okay, Susanna, when is your interview?
on 13th of August.
Okay, tell me about your funding.
I was awarded a scholarship of $4,000 that covers 29% of my tuition, and my remaining deficit of 23,200 will be covered by Mr. Joseph Kwekumenya, my maternal uncle who has been my primary sponsor ever since my father abandoned me. He makes an annual income of $50,000 an annual income of $50,000. He owns Longen Enterprise, a company that deals in a large-scale importation and distribution of automobile spare parts and second-hand clothing across Ghana.
Okay. All right. So your dad is sponsoring. Do you have like a sponsorship letter from your dad? Do you
Yes, please.
have his bank statement?
Yes, please.
Susanna, why did you choose this program?
Apart from having a bachelor's degree in accounting, a master's degree is a requirement for me to take up the role as an assistant lecturer in the University of Ghana. Due to the free SHS policy, that was implemented by the government of Ghana. This has caused this has caused a 40% increment in the number of undergraduate students in Ghana universities, and this motivated me to further my studies and meet up the requirement
Wait,
so
wait, wait.
that
Come again. Because I said, why did you choose this program, right?
uh
So maybe you want to say that in University of Ghana that are currently working, there is the need for more lecturers due to the free SHS policy that was implemented by the government of Ghana a few years ago. But you said some things before you came to say that. So if you get VO that cuts you in, you might not make your point. So please take it again.
okay, so I was trying to say that apart from having a bachelor's degree in accounting, a master's degree is the requirement I need for me to take up the role as an assistant lecturer in the University of Ghana, where I currently work as a teaching assistant. Due to the free SHS policy implemented by the government of Ghana, this has caused a 40% increment of the number of undergraduate students here in Ghana, and this has created the opportunity for more people into academia. And this triggered me to further my studies so that I can come back to Ghana and take up the role as an assistant lecturer and help in educating the increasing number of undergraduate students in the University of Ghana.
All right. What's your plan after school?
After completion of my degree, I will be returning to Ghana to take up the role as an assistant lecturer in the University of Ghana, where I currently work as a teaching assistant. Also, I will set up a mentorship club that is channeled to providing students with career coaching advice and linking students to professionals in the accounting field here in Ghana.
Okay. Why should I approve your visa?
Approving of this visa will enable me study a masters of accountancy with majors for management science and quantitative methods in Western Illinois University. This will equip me with advanced analytical knowledge in accounting and the requisite skills so that upon my return, I will take up the role as an assistant lecturer in the University of Ghana, where I will be contributing to the development of the accounting profession here in Ghana
Okay.
and also help in
You mentioned
educating
that your uncle is sponsoring you. Does your uncle have any children?
he has an only son whom he sponsored to study MBA in Germany, and he's currently back in Ghana as an assistant director in Fantiakwa South District Assembly, a local government service here in Ghana.
Okay. So he doesn't have any financial burden, correct?
Yes, please. He doesn't have any
What did you
finance.
say your uncle does?
He owns Longin Enterprise, a company that deals in a large-scale importation and distribution of automobile spare parts and second-hand clothing.
So, let's say the visa officer doesn't know how much this business can make. Can you
Okay.
talk about how much the industry is worth? So
Okay.
he works in the second-hand clothing, because maybe if I hear second-hand, I'm going to think that they don't get any money from it. So the industry is worth about $5 million or 300 million. That one gives a person a perspective of the amount of money you are talking about.
Okay. Okay.
Mm. All
Yes,
right.
please.
Yeah. Do you have any questions so far?
No, 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 so far.
Okay. Noah. Noah, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Emily. How are you?
I'm good. Do you have a question or you want to prep?
Yeah, okay. Okay. I have a
Okay.
question. Yes. I haven't. Okay, you haven't interviewed me on why this program. So I wanted to give my answer to it if that one is solid, so that I can go by that one.
Okay. Noah, why this program?
So I work as sales and marketing executive at Lancaster, City, where I analyze sales data, managing customer feedback and online review, as well as competition analysis. So this program is in business analytics at Eastern State University. Will equip me with advanced business analytical strategies and expertise to pick the role of business analyst at my current place of work upon my return to help contribute to our sales and marketing effort by leveraging data-driven insights, optimize strategies, enhance our customer engagement, and drive business success,
All
of
right.
which I plan in the long run to establish.
So with the answer you just gave, are you guys currently facing any problem in the sales and marketing department? That would be a good way to highlight that there is a problem and a solution that you are coming to provide after school. Because everybody that does
Oh,
the
okay.
what they literally says that leveraging the skills and knowledge that I've come to learn to help the department. But what specific problem have you identified in the department? Do you get it?
Yes, sure.
Yeah. So take it again. Why this program?
Oh, so I work as sales and marketing executive at Lancaster, City, where our sales and marketing efforts was based on intuition rather than data-driven insight. To address this, I plan to pursue 2 years master's in business administration to pick the role of business analyst as my current place of work upon my return to help transform our sales and marketing efforts by leveraging data-driven insights, optimize strategies, enhance our customer engagement, and drive business success, of which I plan in the long run to establish a consultancy firm in a prime area of Kumasi, providing data-driven marketing strategies and analytics services to enhance the stability of small and medium-scale businesses to gain stability within the market, contributing to Ghana's economic growth and development.
Okay. Okay, I think that's a good one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it sounds very if there's like I mean you just said that the department is making they are not making data driven decisions. I think that's a good point.
Yes, please.
Uh,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Is there any other?
Uh-huh. But yes, please. I have also stated in my DS 160 form
Mm-hmm.
that I help analyze sales data. So because of that, I was planning to since I'm going to create this one as a problem, they rely on intuition. Do you get me? So I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to ask if
So
I
what will
should
be
change
your
that
role as
aspect to.
a so what are you going to do to make sure they don't rely on intuition? And while you are away, what's the company going to do? Is your job going to lay vacant? Because I've seen people who have gone for their interview and come back to tell me that the visa officer asked me, how long have you been with your company? 3 years, and they are letting you go so soon. Is your role going to be vacant? What happens while
Okay.
you're not right? And then what if you don't get your job back? So these are the things you want to think about if that's your actual comeback story. Is your employment
Oh,
going to
okay.
stay until you come back? What is the
Okay,
company's
I'm currently.
while you're away?
Oh, okay. But I'm currently doing my service there, my national service.
Yeah, but even that
So,
it's not after you're in a national service, you just say you are working there because you
oh,
don't know national service. Yeah.
oh, okay, sure. All right. And also the last one, in the DS 160 form again, there's a portion that you should state your current role and if you are earning, let's say, the salary,
Mm-hmm.
you should specify. So, rather the case I'm taking an allowance, can I also indicate that, or I should just tick, do not apply?
Yeah. Just say how much you are earning. It's not an allowance, right? That's how much you are earning.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right, sure. Then I'm good to go.
Yeah, you're good. All right.
Okay,
Yaku, are
thank
you
you very
ready?
much.
No problem, Noah.
Yes,
Mhm.
Yeah, how are you doing?
I'm good in yourself.
I'm good too. Are you prepping or you have a question?
I'm prepping.
Okay. Yakubu, tell me about your funding.
I'm fortunate enough to be granted a $12,500 scholarship from the University of Bridgeport. And my father, who is in the person of Abdul Mumun Yakubu, will take care of my 44,000 deficit. He's an entrepreneur who owns his own car enterprise and deals in the importation of sale of car parts and car accessories for more than a decade. He earns an annual income of average $150,000.
Okay. What's your plan after school?
After study, I plan to enhance my father's business by using my knowledge in programming to create a website which is going to make the sale of his goods easily, and also use my knowledge in network security to create a secured network for his company against fraudsters, which I believe will enhance customer trust.
Are you going for bachelor's degree or master's degree?
Bachelor's degree.
So, what's your guarantee that you'll be able to do all this for your father's company after school?
My father's business is my topmost priority, and also I'm his only son, and I'm also his heir to the business. So he sponsored my education to come and take up this role to enhance the business and take it to the next level, which I believe the degree is going to give me the essential skills and deep understanding in the field I'm going to specialize, which is networking, to become a network engineer for his company.
Okay. Why should I approve your visa?
Approving this visa is going to grant me entry into the United States, where I'm going to pursue a bachelor's degree in computer science, which is going to provide essential skills and deep understanding in computer science, specifically networking, which is my area of interest, and also other field of network such as cybersecurity and cloud computing, which will help me return to Ghana to become a network engineer to enhance my father's business by taking it to the next level.
Okay. Do you have any relatives in the US?
No, my close friends and family are all here in Ghana.
Okay, so what's your plan after school? Considering that you are going for a bachelor's degree, are you planning to do your master's in the US?
No, I'm going for a bachelor's degree to earn the essential skills and deep understanding to enhance my father's business at the moment, which is my topmost priority.
Okay. And you said your deficit is 44,000,
Yes, please.
and your sponsor is earning how much?
He's earning an average annual income of $150,000.
How much does your sponsor make a month?
He makes an average of $50,000.
He makes an annual of 130,000 and makes a monthly income of
No,
50,000.
sorry. He makes
I yesterday someone's visa got denied because they asked her, she mentioned all these huge figures and they asked her how much does it make monthly, and then even though you are putting up lies, let's say for example, right, you forget about yourself, and then she said he earns 1K a month. So it means that the annual that you told me is a wrong figure. I'm
yes.
denying your visa. That's why I deliberately asked you how much
Uh-huh.
does the sponsor make a month.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So be mindful of that, okay?
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Any questions?
No. No.
All right. Dixon. Sarah, you said I should interview you. I don't see you in the backstage. Okay.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Sarah, I thought I just interviewed you. Hello, Sarah. Sarah. She's not even here. Dixon.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Yes, I can hear you.
Did we interview already? Dixon.
Yeah, I'm listening. Please, can you hear
Yeah.
me?
How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. What's your plan after school?
So my plan after school is to come back and start a business, an electric vehicle business with my auntie, who is also my sponsor.
All right. So, my feedback for this is that anytime you are talking about your plans after school, you want to talk about something that's more feasible, right? So,
Okay,
starting a
sure.
business is not something that's more feasible because considering the fact that you have to take into consideration a lot of stuff. And so they
Yeah.
think that once you say you're starting up a business, it means you don't really have something doing back home.
True.
Once you start the implementation plan and you realize the challenges along the line, then you might tend to stay while you're in the US. So first of all, that can be a long-term plan, but a short-term plan, I would advise that you say maybe you're currently working at a company, you're coming back to take a higher role, you're coming back to take a promotional role, you're coming back to take a teaching role based off your experience, whatever you want to do. But starting up a business should be your long-term goal rather than a short-term one. Okay.
Sure.
Who is funding your studies?
So my studies, my scholarship is my funding is in three folds. So I have a school scholarship of $5,000, which leaves me with a deficit of 4,000 46,900, and I have an Empower loan of 76,400. And also my auntie is also my auntie, who is also my sponsor, my business partner, is also going to sponsor me with $20,000. My auntie currently works as an HR in Ghana and earns about $7,000 a month, and also makes about $30,000 a year.
If he earns 7,000 a month, 712, 710, 70, 711, 77, 712, 84. If I get my math right. So if you are saying he earns 7,000 a month, why is she making 30,000 annual?
So I think that is also, so let's say 100,000, right? Should be good.
No, if you say she earns 7,000 a month, then she's making 84,000 annual.
Okay, sure. So 84,000.
Unless you are trying to say that the 7,000 is not a round figure. So let's do everybody who is not even interviewing right now. Let's do our maths before we go there, because this is not far. Yesterday, someone texted me. I wish sometimes I can share screen on this StreamYard. But someone texted me and said, "Oh, I got my visa now." I was like, "What happened?" And she said, when they asked me about the amount in months, I said 1K. I was like this.
Yeah.
And you had a deficit of about 30,000. 1K a month is 12,000 annually. Yeah. That's way less. The person also has other expenses, so you want to be mindful of that. Why should I approve your visa, Dixon?
So I believe approving my visa will help me go to the US to study a master's program in advanced manufacturing and automation and system control at the Illinois Institute of Technology. And also upon my return in Ghana, given the current climate change and trying to combat against the mechanically driven cars, to actually transition to an electric vehicle car, which is more cost efficient and zero emission. I'd want to start a business with my auntie in that sector to help increase the emerging economy of EV in Ghana.
Electric vehicles?
Yeah. I'm currently an electric vehicle technician. Yeah.
In Ghana?
Yeah.
How is this going about? Like, how are you doing it?
Yeah, there are so many electric vehicles in Ghana.
Which are?
Which are currently operating.
I'm as curious as a visa officer if you say that electric vehicles in Ghana, because research has shown that electric vehicles are not thriving in Ghana. So you want to make your research, but are you talking about hybrid vehicles?
No. Purely electric vehicle, battery electric vehicles. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm a technician, so I've worked on a couple of them, seen a couple of them.
What's your educational background?
My educational background is in renewable energy, so BSc in renewable energy.
Okay, so are you currently working with a company?
Yeah, so I'm currently an EV technician at Solar Taxi Ghana. Yeah, currently.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Do you have any questions for me?
No, I don't have any questions for you.
Okay. I'm approving your visa.
Okay, thank you very much.
You have your anti-support letter, right?
Yes, and the bank statement as
well. Yes, okay, that works. Okay. Anna.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Yes, I'm fine, thank you. And you?
I'm good. What's your plan after school?
I intend to come back to my current organization and join the research team to develop tailored interventions that seek to address unsustainable practices among farmers in marginalized communities.
Okay, I love the fact that you put on your camera. So first of all, my feedback for you is that to I mean it's just a communication skills, right? If you're able to keep eye contact to the person, then it means that sometimes even everybody, if you memorize something, you tend to like look up to try to remember what you have learned, right? So I understand this is a prep session, but once you have gone for a visa interview, you want to maintain eye contact with the white person, because I'm not trying to be discriminatory, but they feel like you are listening to them or you are trustworthy if you speak to their eyes, right? Yeah. But
Okay.
who is funding your studies?
I'm privileged to have been awarded a full scholarship to pursue my PhD in Maine states, the
Okay.
US.
Okay. Why should I approve your visa?
This approving this visa would grant me access into the US to pursue my PhD in communications with a concentration in sustainability at the University of Maine.
Okay. What are some of the challenges you've read about the United States, and how do you plan to overcome it?
Wow, I have no idea.
Okay. So when you tell me that you have full funding, obviously you have solved 80% of the problem. Now my role as a visa is to assess some other things. So when you are approved or denied, when you are denied the visa, you are given the 214B document, which lists a couple of things. So it lists one, you have to have the present intent to go to the United States with the sole purpose of studying, right? And secondly, you have to have the present intent of exiting the United States after school. Thirdly, you have to have sufficient funds to fund yourself in your first year. And then I think the other point is that your school must be DHO, DSO approved, something like that. So let's say Main State University is DSO approved. Now you have full funding. So you have satisfied the requirement of being able to fund yourself, having sufficient funds to fund yourself in your first year, right? So now your other two things that you with funding is supposed to prove is your present intent to go to the United States with the sole purpose of studying. And that's why they will ask you a question like, tell me about your program, right? Then you have to talk about your curriculum, like how much research have you done, because you are going purposely to study. So you should know this basic stuff. And then the other thing is to exit the United States after school. So that's what I'm asking. What are some of the challenges? So the most common challenge you can talk about is the weather, right? And then keeping up with family. So keeping up with family, you are going to explore video conferencing tools like WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, and all other social media platforms to keep in touch with your family. And then you can also talk about the fact that the weather in the US, as compared to where you currently are, is it's hot, so you plan to keep US is much colder in the winter, so you plan to keep warm clothes. Just make it a conversation. This one you don't have to chew baba. And then another point you can talk about is the fact that I think she dropped, but the fact that let me admit some people. Is Yaira still on? I think she dropped. So I'll take another person and then we'll continue once she joins back. Delta, are you ready to interview? Okay, Delta is not ready to interview. Benjamin, are you ready to interview? Benjamin,
Yeah, I'm ready.
how are you doing?
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great. What's your plan after school, Benjamin?
I plan after school. I'm planning to go back to my father business to continue because I said my father is doing for timber transporting. I said from one country to another. Like he's transporting from Spain, China, and Belgium. So I will be planning to go back to my father business to continue. as well. And also, I'm planning to, I said like, I'm planning to do my bakery business because I was doing.
All right, Benjamin. So the purpose of this question, you are supposed to convince me why I should grant you a visa with a condition that you are going to return back to your home country. Now, I can tell you for a fact you are not convincing me. So I don't know about the visa officer. I want you to put together your points. I'm asking you the question again. What's your plan after school?
I said my plan after school. I'm planning to go back. I said to start my father. I said to continue, but with my father business because
What do
I
you
said
mean by continue? So I understand that you have the point, but the articulation is not coming off right, right? So what do you intend to do after school? I plan to come back to my home country to work in my father's business. This business deals with the importation of this and that, and this is what we do. Additionally, I also want, because you stated another point. So additionally, I also want to come start my own business as an entrepreneur who deals with this and that. It's just the way you are saying it, I'm not getting the point.
okay.
Okay, so do you want me to ask you again what's your plan after school?
Yeah.
What's your plan after school?
I said my plan after school. I'm planning to return back home. I said to start my father. I said to. I said to start,
All right,
but with my.
Benjamin, I think you are not ready for this session. I would advise that you put together a transcript. I'm going to do this session tomorrow as well. Put together a transcript. I mean that write your question, write your answers, right? And then try to memorize it and then join the live session tomorrow. So let's see the feedback. Because if you are not able to tell me any story, I'm not able to give you any feedback. Right? So I'm going to move from this question. Benjamin, why should I approve your visa?
I said by approving me this visa will enable me to study. I said my business. I said business administration management. I said by giving me this visa will enable me to study business administration business administration and management.
All right, Benjamin. Yeah. So like I said, I want you to put together a transcript. Um, I'm sorry to ask, but are you a stammerer?
Yeah, astronomy.
Okay, so when you go for the visa interview, first thing, hey, how are you doing? Pass me a document. Once he asks you the first question, you want to tell them that I stammer a bit, so please be like, just want to put that across the person, right? So that they can get the time for you, okay?
Okay.
Yeah. And then just put together your stories and join the session tomorrow, and I should be able to give you any feedback. All right,
Okay, thank you so much.
no problem. Testimony. Please, if today is the first time of joining this live session, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on notification for this channel. We've been doing live sessions since June, and it's helped a number of people. Sometimes I'm able to post the approvals I get, sometimes I'm not able to, but I have a WhatsApp group and I share these on it, and so they know that some people are getting approved. Over here, we ask you the questions, posing as a visa officer, and we try to give you feedback, being it your communication style or how you are answering the question. So don't feel any personal attack in any way. It's just feedback. Over preparation is better than under preparation, right? So it's better to be over prepared. It's better to get negative feedback than you join another live session and they will not give you any feedback, tell you are good to go, and you get your visa denied. So no personal strings attached. Like, I don't know any of you, so I'm not personally attacking anybody, right? All right, testimony. How are you doing?
Good evening, ma.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, ma.
Yeah, what's your plan after school?
Completion of my program, I'll come back to Nigeria to work as a male registered nurse in Lagos State General Hospital, where I currently intern as a nurse assistant. Here, I will have the opportunity to work with more experienced doctors and also professors, where we administer medical care in order to improve the healthcare industry delivery of Nigeria. And also, I will I will involve research and also delivery, which will help me improve in my community healthcare.
All right, testimony.
Yeah, I can hear
What's
you,
your
man.
funding decision?
Okay, I received a competitive scholarship which was $37,000, which reduced my tuition by 97%, and my deficit will be covered by my father. He's an entrepreneur and also a businessman who deals in importation and selling of heavy farm truck and also construction machines such as paver, forklifts, and also tractor. He earned an annual income of 100 million doing this, and he also has 4 shortlist outlets in Lagos State,
All right,
which he made.
testimony. This has been a number of times I'm giving this feedback. You always want to slow down because we already have an accent. If you are not lucky to meet a person who understands your accent, they will not hear anything. And so based off that, you said, oh, the interview went well, but I was denied. It's because the person was not hearing you to take any notes. So while you are talking,
Okay,
you want to be mindful of your rate of speech. It's very fast.
okay, man.
Okay. Yeah. Continue.
Okay, and he also has a from this. Due to his passion for good quality education, he has sponsored my sister to the United Kingdom, specifically University of Leicester, to pursue a master's degree in accounting. And now she's back working for UBA Bank as an accountant. I'm happy and excited will be sponsoring me too.
Okay. Why did you choose this program?
Okay, I chose nursing because I love nursing. I love nursing, and I also love taking care of people. Nursing is a noble profession that aligns perfectly with my value of compassion and care, and I want to gain the skills and knowledge to provide high quality patient care, which will help me which will help me contribute to the healthcare industry of Nigeria. And also, this course will equip me with the latest research techniques and also best practices to excel as a nurse, as I'll be bringing back the knowledge and skills I gained from Newman University to work as a male registered nurse in Lagos State General Hospital, where I currently intern.
Okay. Why should I approve your visa? Convince me.
Okay, approving my visa will grant me the legal access into the United States of America to go for my BSc in nursing, where I will use the knowledge and skills I gained from the school to work as a male registered nurse in Lagos State General Hospital, where I currently intern. Here, I will have the opportunity to work with more experienced doctors and also professionals, which will help to administer good medical care, which will help improve the medical care of my home country, Nigeria. And also, my long-term goal is actually to create a non-governmental healthcare in my community, which will be very accessible for citizens to come and get care
Do
and
you have
get
a sponsorship
treatment.
letter from your sponsor?
Yes, from my school. Yes, I have it. Is here is right here, sir.
Okay, sure. All right. I'm good. Do you have any questions?
Okay, I don't have any question though.
Okay. Bello, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am, I'm ready.
Bello, how are you funding your studies?
My studies is being funded in two ways. I was awarded a 23,040 cents partial tuition scholarship, which covers 58% of my tuition, and my 56,000 deficit will be covered by my father through his business, Tech Farm Nigeria Limited. The business make an annual income of $168,000. It's a farming-based business which is into hydroponic and organic farming. They also sell farming equipment and tools. The business also engage in slaughtering of animal into raw meat and estate management. This business has been in existence for over a decade now, and it has over 150 staff members and 3 branches across Nigeria, with its headquarters in Port Harcourt.
All right, Bello, what's your plan after school?
After concluding my studies, I'll be returning back to my country, Nigeria, to assume a position of a compliance officer at my father's business, where I'll be ensuring the business adhere to relevant laws and regulations to avoid legal issues and to ensure streamlined operation.
Okay. Why should I approve your visa?
Approving this visa will enable me to go to the US to pursue a master's degree in criminal justice with concentration on justice and public policy, which will grant me the necessary skills and knowledge to contribute to the correction and rehabilitation system of Nigeria through my research, ensuring by solving the problem of high rate of recidivism, which has been the main cause of prison overcrowding and congestion. Also, this degree is going to help me contribute to my father business by ensuring the business adhere to relevant laws and regulation.
All right, welcome, Daniela. I saw you and I admitted you. All right. So you mentioned that you have Daniela has a YouTube channel as well, and so you guys want to check it out. I think it's 20 something. Yeah. Um. So you said you have a deficit of 56,000.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have a sponsorship letter from your dad?
Yes, ma'am. I do.
And you have a support letter from him?
Of course, I do.
Does your dad have other children?
Yeah, I have two siblings.
So you said your deficit is 56,000. Your dad's money is 168, correct?
Yeah, annual income.
Yeah, that's 1/3 of it. So if you say you have two siblings, what level of education are they? So we want to assess that your dad is not having any financial burden aside you, like any huge financial burden aside you. So what level of education are your siblings?
My actually my younger sister is still in undergraduate study, while my twin brother is currently working. So I don't think there's much but
Okay. Oh, she dropped. All right. Okay. So convince me to approve your visa.
this visa will serve as an enablement for me to go to the United States to pursue a degree in criminal justice. It's a 2-year program with concentration on justice and public policy. This degree will grant me the necessary skills and knowledge to contribute to research to help improve the correctional and rehabilitation system of Nigeria, which is being faced with problem of recidivism, and also it will also enable grant
Okay.
me the
So how are
necessary.
you going to solve this problem? What is the solution you are providing?
I'll be solving the problem by contributing to with my research.
Okay. How is your research going to solve that problem? Like, what are some of the things you have in place to solve that problem? So first of all, you have identified the solution. You have identified the problem. You have to have a solution, right? So your solution, you are just saying contributing. In what way are you contributing?
I'll be working with um, policy, criminal justice policy analysts with by using my research to assist them on ways we can find solution to the issue of recidivism, which has been a main causes of prison overcrowding and congestion.
Okay. All right. Do you have any family in the US?
No, ma.
How are you funding your trip?
My trip is being funded through my father's business as well.
Okay, but you know there's a difference between how are you funding your studies and how are you funding your trip, right?
Yes, ma.
Okay, you're good. Um, unless Daniela has any feedback, I don't have any feedback.
Hi. I didn't really get the what you would be doing after school. I didn't really get it. If you could touch it one more time. I heard something like prison congestion, but if you can take it one more time, I didn't really hear what you said.
My comeback story, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I said when I come back, I'll be assuming a role of a compliance officer at my further business, where I'll be ensuring the business adhere to relevant law and regulation to avoid legal issue and to ensure streamlined operation. And in the long run, I'll be setting up an NGO that will be that will help support victims of crime from any physical or psychological damage they must have incurred from crime that someone committed against them, because the criminal justice of Nigeria mostly focused on the the perpetrator of the crime and they neglect the victim. So my NGO will be ensuring that this victim have been taken care of.
Okay. It would be good if you can keep it very straight to the point. Okay. But right now, what do you do? Do you do anything that has any correlation with what you just said?
Currently, I'm working as a graduate teaching assistant. But before that, I before the position of graduate assistant, I finished a 1 year internship at the Nigerian Correctional Service.
Okay. And with your internship, does it have anything to do with the program you also want to read? Where I'm
Yeah.
headed is that I just want to draw the connection that you're currently doing this thing. You want to go and pursue advanced studies. You come back and continue this thing that you are doing. Do you get it? So
Yeah,
that it doesn't
yeah.
look like this is a whole new world that you want to explore and come and try and start something in it. But this is what you are doing. But I want to get advanced studies in this so that I
Yeah,
can come
come
and
back.
improve how it's like currently. Do you get it? So that's where I'm headed with all these questions.
Okay. I have a bachelor's degree in criminology and security studies. So both program align with each other.
So what, like I've always said that it's easier to say that I'm working in this company, I come back to take a higher role, I come back to take a promotional role, or I come back to do this, right? So what Daniela is trying to understand is that is the research assistant you are doing, are you doing any research that is in line with this criminology, or is totally different?
Um, like I'm working under the Department of Criminology and Security Studies.
Yeah, so you are still working on that. So current, so I think I've given you this feedback before, Bello. If you are going to be honest, I said anytime you are working in a place that is in line with the program you are coming to do, you want to state that currently I'm working as a research assistant with the Department of Criminal Justice, whatever. I plan to come back to, then you bring in your problem and then provide your solution. That way, it's not like you are doing something different. Because if you tell me you are doing a research assistant, my thought is that you are teaching, but I don't know what you are teaching. So it's your responsibility to let me know what you are doing as a research assistant and how it aligns with your aspirations of coming back to solve a problem and a solution.
Okay, ma, I understood. But,
Okay.
but the teaching of it is just a temporary thing to just enhance my skills and knowledge.
So you don't plan to like come back to teach, right?
Yes, ma.
So you can also say that you have an undergraduate studies in criminology. You are currently, you worked after school, you worked in criminology, and you are currently doing a research assistant where you are assisting the criminal justice department. So after school you plan, just want to the person to understand that this is not a new field where you are saying I'll come back to do. It's been something you've been doing at every point from what you are telling us, right? So
Okay.
first of all, tell them what you have done in the past, and then tell them after school you come back to do this and this. And it does not have to be teaching, but we want to make sure that whatever experience you're having right now is in line with what you are saying.
Okay, ma. So when I'm being asked about my comeback story, that's when I will have to bring
Yeah,
up.
so what's your plan after school? So I had my bachelor's degree in criminal justice. After school, I had the opportunity to work in, let's say, Amazon as a criminal justice analyst. Currently I'm a research assistant, the assistant the Department of Criminal Justice. After school, I plan to come back to work with so and so company or like so and so NGO to help with the congestion of prisoners and also help with assisting victims rather than whatever you said.
Okay, ma. I understood the point.
Because when I asked about you went about the bush before you came to the point that you were come to assess criminal congestion and all of that. So this one just makes your story easier. Just talk about what you have done in the past that relates to what you are currently doing and what you plan to come back to do.
The reason I put the victim thing last because that is just like a long-term goal. The closer one is just coming back to take a position of a compliance officer at my father business. So the
So
victim,
your father's business is not relation to criminal justice, right?
yeah, is not related
But
to
you
it.
want to find something that's in relation to criminal justice. So why not use the victimization story rather than coming back to your father's business?
I think when in the beginning of this session, I said something related to the victim of thing, but you gave a feedback that setting up an NGO will cost a lot of
So
money.
I
Some
thought the NGO is already existing.
no, it's not existing. It's like a long time ago.
Okay. So you come back to work with your dad's company and then you do the NGO in the long term.
Yes, ma'am.
But how is your degree related to whatever you're coming to do in your dad's company? That would be a question to think about. So you want to find a story that correlates with whatever you're coming to do with your dad's company, because criminal justice and coming to run a company is like at the two ends of the continuum.
Okay, ma'am. I will, I will look for something to say. I
Okay.
will.
Bello, one more feedback I have for you is that it seems your response is a bit dragged. You say a lot of things before you actually say the main point. Usually the interview is very succinct. It's so short by the time you realize you're giving the
Visa
visa
or
or not.
mm-hmm.
You get it. So you want to be very straight to the point. You currently read something in criminal justice. Let's just say you read criminal justice. You have your bachelor's in it. You're currently a teaching assistant. You want to go and pursue advanced studies in criminal justice. When you come, you want to do something that is going to improve something still in the whole criminal justice space. So just circle your story around that and make it very straight to the point. It's okay if you even decide to write it and not necessarily memorize it, but have the story in mind. Because if you don't, I would recommend you write. But if you don't and you're just rambling and babbling on there, it's very possible your strong points you might forget and not end up saying it. And then at the end of the day, the officer might not really know what exactly you want to do. You get it? So you can take into practice the habit of probably scripting your things down. Like, what is my why? That is one of the biggest questions you really want to have answered. What is my why? Why do I want to travel outside? When I come back, what am I going to do? Do you get it? Like, those are a few strong questions that you want to have it scripted and know what exactly it is you would be saying. If it's not the full phrase or the full sentence, at least the phrases that you want to hammer in there should be in there, and then try and keep it succinct. That's all I have to say.
Okay,
Okay.
ma. Thank you. I really appreciate the feedback.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to drop below. All right. A free year. How are you doing?
Um, Amelia, I'm so sorry. If free, can you hold on 1 second? There's a question in the chat from One Delta 44. He says, "How can I edit my DS 160 form?" Turns out he asked this question last time, but wasn't able to have it answered. How can I
So
edit
I
my
think
DS?
someone answered him on the WhatsApp page, because
Oh,
personally I don't remember. I think with the DS 160 form, you just have to have they give you a code after you have started filling it, right? Go on the website and then they ask you the code and some security questions. That's how you are able to log into the portal. So there should be a way, once you've logged into the portal, to see where you can edit it, because it's possible to edit it like even a day before going for your visa interview, right? So I don't know how and what problem Delta is facing. I might have to add in to answer. Delta.
okay.
And when I add him and I call him, I don't know if he's asleep. He doesn't respond, and then he just dropped hello.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm
Yeah.
here.
So
Good
what
evening.
problem are you facing? Because I remember they asked someone said it in the WhatsApp group how you are able to edit it.
Yes, I'm not in your WhatsApp group. I just joined now.
Okay, so the question is, how are you able to edit your DS 160? Now that you joined the WhatsApp group, I think you can drop the question and someone should be able to help you, because per my experience, you get an identification code or a password after you have created your account. And then anytime you want to go in there, you just use that code and answer some security questions, right? And that's where you should be able to edit it.
All right.
Have you
I will drop
tried
a
it?
me-
Have you tried it and you are facing a difficulty, or you've not tried it but you want to know how it's done?
I have not tried it. I just joined the group now, and I will do that now.
Yeah, so you ask the question. Let's say you didn't get the answer to it. I always say that if people ask me something I don't know, I just go to chat GPT. How am I able to edit my DS 160? It will give you step by step what you okay.
Okay. Thank you very much. Then, secondly, I have a challenge also.
Okay.
Um, I don't really mean to say this on this platform, but There's a planned protest in my country. I don't know if that will affect my interview. My interview is first week of next month, and the protest will last for a week or so. So I don't know if there is a way the embassy can communicate to us.
So you have your interview scheduled, but there's a planned protest in your
Yes,
country, and you think so you are anticipating that the embassy will not operate or you not be able to go for your interview.
yes, I'm anticipating if the interview will not hold, just like that COVID period where there is a nation shutdown.
I think it,
So
it really depends on the extent of the protest, right? So in my opinion, you
yes,
should just prepare as though your interview is happening on the scheduled date. If there's any
okay,
communication, the worst thing is they are going to say that we are not able to hold your interview right now. Find a different date. But as long as you are
okay,
prepared, if they call you on the same date, you can still go and get your visa approved. So just prepare in that regard and then just wait for feedback. But I'm thinking if the protest is not like really serious, you should be able to do your visa interview, especially if it doesn't affect the embassy in any way.
all right,
Del,
no problem.
do you know when the
Yeah,
planned protest is going to take place?
on the 1st of August to on the
And
10th.
from the 4th to the 10th. And when is your interview?
Yes,
When
it
is your
falls within that week.
it's
Within
within
first to yes.
the 10th. Okay. Do you know where exactly the protest to be taking place? Because usually they have a convergent point for protest and whatnot. Do you know where it's gonna happen?
They've not disclosed that yet.
Okay. If what I will say is that if your interview is not necessarily on the 4th, you can just, like Emilia said, it's very likely this will have nothing to do with the American embassy in your country. But what you could also do is to just see if on the 4th, where the convergent point is close to the embassy or not. It's very likely it will not, because usually protests will not be close to such areas. But
Yeah.
you can just check and see if the converging point is anywhere near or close to the embassy. If it's not, you're pretty much okay to have your interview. But yeah, just prep as though you were going to have it. And if anything should happen, they will definitely send you an email letting you know why.
Yeah. You see, he's gone.
Okay, I think you were
Yeah.
going to
It's just
type
his
it
network,
free.
yeah. A free year.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, what's so let's start. What's your funding story? Who is funding your studies?
my brother will be funding my studies. He's into a small scale mining in Ghana here, where he earns an annual salary of, sorry, an annual income of 50,000 US dollars. And
Okay,
he sponsored my education.
what's your deficit?
I have a deficit of $26,004.
So is your brother married?
Yes, he's married, but he has a 2-year-old son.
Okay, so your brother is using more than half of his income to fund you.
Yeah.
So if I'm supposed to ask you that, what if your brother withdraws his financial support while I've granted you the visa, what are you going to say? Because it's more likely that if your brother is facing any challenges in his nuclear family, he has a wife and a child. If he's facing any financial problems in his nuclear family, it's going to affect you. So what if your brother withdraws his financial support?
I don't know what to say. What can I say?
So your brother is funding you 50,000 annual, and
Yeah.
so one way you I don't is the bank statement like really for your brother?
Yes. He's not my real brother, but a family friend who we've grown up together.
Okay, so what's the bank balance?
The bank balance is 534,000.
Ghana cedis
Yeah. And
equivalent
I
to,
have additional one of my, like, this one is my own brother of 158,000.
so are you trying to say you have multiple sponsors?
I wanted to use the only the 534.
534. I'm trying to convert it to dollars to understand how much money is available for your deficit. So give me a second. 534,000 Ghana cedis. That's $35,000. So
Oh,
minus 26, that's a lot of money. But your this one is 26,000. So I think that should be good. But like in the visa of says yes, if you say that your brother is earning 50,000, if there's a way your brother is earning more, that would be a better story. Because if the fund is more than half, the money he is left with after sponsoring you is more than half, it's more advisable than striking. Like this is like a half of his money, even more than half, sponsoring you when he has a family as well. Right. And
okay.
then with the question of what if your sponsor withdraws his financial support, you want to assure the visa officer that you want to reaffirm the person's commitment, because you can't say that if he withdraws his financial support, this person will come and help you, because that means that you yourself, you don't have confidence in your sponsor, so I'm not granting you a visa. But you can say that you are very much assured that your brother will be committed to sponsoring your education throughout your studies, because you stated earlier that he sponsored someone before, right?
Yeah, he sponsored the immediate one, the one after him.
Yeah, before. So he sponsored someone before, and he's really committed to sponsor your education while you are studying in the US. That's something that you say. um like there's not much you can say if he's withdrawing his financial support, but I just want to just let the visa officer know that you are assured of the commitment that he's going to sponsor you. So I'm going to ask you again,
Mhm.
how are you funding your studies?
Okay, my brother who works in a small scale mining company will be covering my financial expenses. He earns an annual salary of 35,000 US dollars.
Why 35,000? So the bank statement does not mean that that's how much the person should be earning.
Oh,
Your bank
okay.
statements can be lesser than your annual income, because if I'm earning 100,000, I don't put everything in my savings. I do living expenses and all of that stuff. So the bank statement is how much the person has saved in their bank account. So you don't have to say 35,000 as the annual.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you very much. So I can still go by my 50,000.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So take it again. Let's make sure the story is correct.
Okay. My brother, my brother who works in a small scale mining company will
So why
be
are you describing the mining company as a small scale? In my
because it's
opinion,
not
we can do away with like adjectives that makes the business seem very small, that the person cannot sponsor you. So my brother who works in a mining company, it's up to the
okay.
visa officer to ask, is it small or big? But why should you go ahead and describe that he's working in a small scale mining company?
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you. My
So
brother who works
mhm.
my brother who works in a mining company and earns an annual salary of 50,000 US dollars will be taking care of my deficit. He
Mm.
sponsored my elder brother, the immediate one after him, in his education in the UK to study civil engineering, and he's back in the country and operating his own construction firm.
Okay. Why this program?
As a high school teacher, one major challenge I've faced is lack of inclusion and diversity in our education system, which leads to most of the students feeling unsupported and marginalized. Though I have provided some solutions like inculcating different ideas and tutoring for students, but I think it should be done on a large scale to help these students or the students in general. I intend to come back and then establish a policy or inculcate with the school authorities to establish a policy that will help all students to be included in all our educational policies.
All right. What program are you going to study? Quick one before I give the.
Okay, I'm going to study a master's in higher education and student affairs.
Okay, so you are currently teaching in high school. You are come to study a master of higher education and
Yes.
this. So how is where are you going to get the skills of
Yeah.
inclusion and diversity?
Okay. The school curriculums offer research opportunities and then practical professional development that integrates theory with real life experience. So with the real life with the research opportunities and then practical experience being given, I'll be able to gain knowledge in academic advice in student theory development, diversity in education, and inclusion and equity, among others.
Okay, so it's actually in line with what you are currently doing, right?
Yes.
Quick feedback. So Ifri, I think you have a great
Story.
yeah, and then for the recent question, the very recent question Emilia asked, you said everything right, but I think instead of professional development, you could actually use courses because whichever country, I think this is the US, when you move to the US, you're able to select your own courses. And I believe with your concentration on diversity and inclusion, you can select specific courses that help you learn inclusion and diversity and whatnot. So I think you could talk about selecting the school offers you specific courses that are in line with everything that you said. You can just hammer on the courses. And then one other feedback I have is that when you were talking about what you would do when you come back, you were saying all students, but then you mentioned just the school you're working with. If you're looking at all students, then you might want to mention things like the Ministry of Education of Ghana. So you can say, oh, I will work with my school and hopefully the Ministry of Ghana, the Ministry of Education, to include or improve inclusivity for students, on and on and on like that. You get it. So it's probably very minor feedback, but to just make the story come out well, you can include these pointers. So things like Ministry of Education, things like my courses are specifically for diversity and blah blah blah, those things. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Daniela. Please, to comment on what you said.
Mm-hmm.
For the school, they have a 6-hour course in practicum professional development. So I
Okay.
should ignore that one and rather choose a course
Oh
and say
no,
it
I'm
as a
not.
No,
course.
no, she's not talking about the course choosing. She's saying that it's an advantage to be able to choose the courses that you want to study, right? So, based off your research,
Okay.
you can mention courses to your advantage. Let's say your give back or your comeback story is that you are coming to help students in your school be more inclusive and diversified or whatever. So you can talk about courses like diversity and inclusion. Then it means that you're gaining the
Okay.
experience and you're going back to like provide that support.
Right.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sarah.
Amy, please, can I ask a question?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, please, concerning the bank statement,
Mm-hmm.
um, actually, my brother is not living with me in Kumasi. He is in the north, so he sent me his bank statement via email. Can I
Mm.
print it in addition?
I don't know if the bank statement yeah, you can print it because yeah, I don't know if you can send an email, obviously. You need to print it for the visa interview, but I don't think that's any like red flag if you didn't get it in hard copy.
Yeah, I think you can, because usually you can download bank
Yeah.
statements in
Yeah.
PDF form. So
And then
I
print
want
it.
to assume he shared a PDF form with you
Yeah.
and not necessarily screenshots of his
Yeah.
app. Like, yes, so you should be able to print and work with it.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. And I want to ask another question. Please, for the I-20, we have a place to sign.
Mm-hmm.
And the date, I got my I-20 on 30th May, but I've not signed the date because I didn't know whether I should sign the date I'll be going for the interview or I
No,
should
so
sign
the
the
dates
date.
you sign it doesn't matter. You got the iTunes on 30th May. You can sign it anytime, even before your interview.
Okay,
The most important thing is you must append your signature in ink. So you print it and you sign and then send it for the visa interview. You don't print it with like those online signing stuff. They want your
all
signature
right.
in ink. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Thank you very
Last,
much.
last question for you, Free. What's the name of your school and where will you be residing?
Okay, my school is Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville. It's situated in Edwardsville,
Okay. All right.
close to St. Louis in Missouri.
Wait. Take it one more time. Did you say Illinois and
Two
you said
states
Missouri?
together.
Yeah, like.
If he,
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville.
Wait, do you know?
Which state
Yeah.
is the school located?
I'm placed in Illinois.
So where you said Missouri too? You know Missouri is another state.
Yeah, it's 45 miles away from St. Louis
So
in Missouri.
Missouri doesn't play a role here. Your school is
Okay,
located in Illinois. That's all.
okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right. Thank you.
Yeah. Because some of these confusions, the visa officer will not ask you like come again, clarify. They'll just
Yeah.
make their decision. Yeah.
Where you're going is the least place you should know in the US. So if you're not too sure exactly you're going, it's like why then should I even give you the
Yeah.
visa? Get it.
Yeah.
So
Okay, all right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Sarah said her interview tomorrow. Sarah, how are you doing?
Good evening.
Yeah. How are you doing?
Fine, and you?
I'm good. Who is funding your studies?
I was given a scholarship of $2,200, and the rest deficit of $34,002 will be covered by my uncle, Mr. Pofamiri Friday, who owns a dairy farm and also is a real estate consultant that deals with buying and selling of land, leasing of shop and an apartment. My uncle, Miri Friday, has a total annual of 50,000 US dollars, US dollar. And my uncle, Miri Friday, has been the one who is responsible for my education since my dad passed out.
All right, Sarah, what's your deficit?
$34,002.
And your uncle is making 30,000 or 50,000. What's the amount on your bank statement?
I think 57 million naira.
57 million naira.
Yes.
All right, let me do the conversion because it's your uncle, and your uncle is using 1/3 of his income to sponsor you, right? So if you are the visa officer, what do you think?
I don't know.
You said 50. You said 50 what?
About 57 million naira.
That's exactly 36,305. So your deficit is how much?
My deficit is $34,002.
So your uncle is using almost everything on his bank statement to sponsor you. Does your uncle have a children? Does your uncle have children and a wife?
Yes, he do.
So he's basically using everything he's earning to sponsor you without his other family responsibilities. So is there a way you can, I know it's very late, but I don't know, maybe you can say a higher annual income than 50,000 or the amount you just said, because that's 1/3 of his income. I don't know if you watch my video on bank statement. So the the most appropriate amount should be 1.5, right? So the person should have 30, like 1.5 of the amount that you are going to your deficit. But right now your uncle is using 1/3 of his income to sponsor you, and his bank statement, for example, is everything on the bank statement that he's using to sponsor you.
Okay.
Yeah, I know your visa interview is tomorrow. I don't want to like dampen your spirit, but you maybe want to say an amount that's much bigger than what you just said, right? Even though
Okay.
the banks, because the bank statements must not be equal to the amount he's earning. So you can obviously say something that's much bigger, maybe to increase your chances.
All right.
Yeah. What program are you going to study, and why did you choose this program?
Well, study cosmetologist, and I chose cosmetologist because my year being a cosmetologist in Nigeria, I noticed most people in Nigeria focus more about hairstylist, nail technician, pedicure, and manicure, which I believe cosmetology. So that is why I want to study this program in the United States. So I will be able to get the skills and knowledge that I needed to contribute to the growth and development of beauty industry in Nigeria.
Like the story, I don't know, you there was some pauses in there. I didn't get the story right. So most people focus on nail technicians and all of that. So why are you choosing this program?
I chose cosmetology because it aligns with my career goals.
Of being, what's the career goal? You want to state it?
Yes, of being a cosmetologist.
Okay, so the only fact that it aligns with your career goals is why you chose the program, right? So is there any solution that is there any problem that you figured in the cosmetology industry? And have you come up with any plan to help solve this problem?
Yes, some of the problem I
So the
figured.
visa officer might not get the opportunity to be pulling the information out of you, right? So if you are saying your visa interview is tomorrow, I'm expecting some level of answers where I'm like, okay, tomorrow is your interview, right? But it's like I'm still pulling the information from you. So, like, let me ask the question again. Let's say you are in your visa interview right now. Sarah, why did you choose this program? What program are you going to study, and why did you choose this program? Don't let the visa officer. I've always said that you don't answer questions in a way that will bring or loop in more questions from the visa officer. Like you said, your career goals. I don't know your career goals, so you have to state your career goals. The same way I don't know you, the visa officer does not know you. So provide as much details, but you are being concise.
Okay, I'm a cosmetology, and my year being a cosmetology, I noticed Nigeria focus more about nails technician, hairstylist, pedicure, and manicure. And I believe cosmetology is more than that due to my research. And I'll be able to solve those problems if I study this program in the United States.
So those problems. So now I get where you are coming from. You will be able to solve those problems because you are coming to study in the United States. Now, what are you going to do to solve these problems? So, with what you are saying, it's like lack of information or education on the role of the cosmetology when it comes to the beauty industry, right? We focus more on the manicure, the nails, and all of that. So maybe like driving an awareness campaign or providing educational consults like seminars, those kind of stuff are what you are doing to solve that problem. Do you get it?
Yes.
So maybe what program are you going to study, and why are you studying this program? I have a bachelor's. Did you say you have a bachelor's degree in cosmetology?
I just want to complete my bachelor's degree.
You are now going to pursue a bachelor's degree.
Yes.
Okay, so um after high school, I've had opportunity to work in the beauty industry for a while now, and I've realized, or as per my research, I've come to know that people focus on manicure, pedicure, whatever you mentioned, than the cosmetology. So I'm coming to attain this degree, come back to my home country to help create the awareness of the importance of the cosmetology in the beauty industry by organizing seminars, educational campaigns, and something like that, social media campaigns, those stuff, right? So those are the things you are doing to drive the problem that you have found. I don't know if
Uh,
you're saying.
Comfort. Yeah. I don't want to be too blunt because your interview is tomorrow, but
Yeah.
what do you actually want to be in future? Like with the cosmetology bachelor's that you are going to pursue, what do you actually want to be in future with that?
Yes, I have my own beauty salon.
Okay.
So after my return, I will expand my business.
Okay. Are you the only person that works in the salon, or you have people, apprentices that you work with?
Apprentice.
You have apprentices. Did you say you do?
Yes, please.
Okay, so let's do this. So the story you can tell is that you currently run your own salon. You want to go and study cosmetology and come and grow it up or revamp the story of or the idea of beauty and cosmetology in Nigeria. Cosmetology goes beyond pedicure, manicure, and let's say makeup. It includes, then you can maybe mention things like, I think plastic surgery is under cosmetology, I don't know, but maybe acne treatment, on and on and on and on. So your goal is to come and expand your business and even possibly train more apprentices. You get it? But if you see, your story is not, excuse me to say, it's not too impactful. You were here when we interviewed a free and she said she's doing something about education. We spoke to someone that was going to do something about inmates
Yeah,
and
criminology.
congestion and all of those things. Those are sensitive subjects that you don't need to say too much. We understand, we can see the problem and it makes sense. But when you just talk about cosmetology, it sounds like a luxury than a problem. Like, it sounds like people go do makeup, go do their nails and things. It's a luxury. It doesn't sound like a real problem. But it is your responsibility to make the officer know that this is a problem that you want to revamp in Nigeria. You get it? So you have to
Yes,
tell your story right. Some things you want to, I can't necessarily give you the whole statements that you should spill out on there, but you can mention things like, if I hadn't asked you if you have a
A
salon,
salon, we
we
wouldn't
wouldn't
know.
have
Yeah.
known. You get it? So you want to mention something like, how old are you? I don't know, it's okay, don't mention your age, but you can say, as a, let's say, 19-year-old, like, let's say as a 20-year-old high school graduate, I have my own salon with X number of apprentices. My goal is to explore my knowledge in cosmetology. Or you can even say I have, let's say, 3 years experience in beauty and cosmetology. My goal is to go pursue a bachelor's in cosmetology, come back and grow my business, have a lot more apprentices, and teach people that cosmetology goes beyond pedicure, manicure, and makeup as it is in the country now. You get it? So it's sounding more like a personal development kind of strategy. Do you get it? So these are, I think, to sell a good story, you should implement or include things like this. I don't know, Emilia, what do you think?
Yeah. Yeah. But the fact that her interview is tomorrow too is the
Yeah,
thing. Like, all this feedback that we are giving, is she able to grasp it and then
right.
like deliver tomorrow? So
But don't be
yeah,
heartbroken.
but Sarah, like, you get what we are trying to say, right?
yes.
Yeah, so they want to understand that you are doing something, and when you come back to continue what you are doing. So it was a good point that Daniela asked you what you were doing, because I wouldn't have known that you had a salon. So how can you use your salon to tell a better story, right? So you're already in this business and you know much more than we do. So, like, with what we have said, just come up with your own story, because if you are drafting it for you, then you can't keep it for tomorrow.
If you like, we could probably take the next person and you can like gather your thoughts based off the feedback you've got right now and come stronger. What do you think?
I can jot that down. Maybe we should move to the next question.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so convince us to approve your visa.
Well, approving me this visa will enable me advance my career by studying cosmetology in Northern Michigan University and specialize in cosmetology. So I will be a returned professional cosmetology and expand my business and also contribute to the growth and development of beauty industry in Nigeria.
I think this is beautifully said, but the course is cosmetology. You become a cosmetologist. So you don't become a cosmetology. You are going to pursue cosmetology. After pursuing it, you come back as a professional cosmetologist. Okay. Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah. Sarah.
Yes, hello. What do you say, please? I can't hear you.
Oh, Danela, she wants you to repeat
Oh,
yourself.
okay. I was just saying that I think you answered it beautifully. Why you are going to study the program and what it's going to how it's going to benefit you. But the only correction I was making was that the course or the program is called cosmetology. And then when you are done reading the program, you become a professional cosmetologist. I heard that you were like interplaying or interchanging the words. So I just wanted to help clarify that. The role in the program is cosmetologist. So you are currently an unprofessional cosmetologist. After the program, you become a professional cosmetologist. But the program you're going to read is called cosmetology. Okay, yeah. I
Yeah, I
hope.
got that.
Okay.
All right. Sarah, what? So I've asked you about your funding. I've asked you what course. So tell me about the program.
I'm expected to complete a total of 64 credits over the duration of 24 months.
So wait, tell me about your program. You want to talk about more about your program, like the curriculum, what courses you are expected to take. Is your program including a thesis or a research? That those kind of stuff. So you said the credits hours correct. Maybe your program will enable you to take courses like plastic surgery, da 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 da. So you mentioned some courses, and then you can say that at the end of the program, you have the opportunity to do a capstone or a thesis or a research, right? So that's more about your program.
Okay. Should I come again?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm expected to complete a total of 64 credit hours over the duration of 24 months. And some of my courses taken for my first semester are fundamental application of physical service. I have a cosmetology 1. I also have fundamental of cosmetology 2. Why for my second semester, some of the courses I'll be taking are master level of cosmetology 1, master level of cosmetology 2.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's much better than the first answer. Okay, so I've asked you about program. So who is funding your trip?
My uncle, Miri Poffa.
Your what?
My uncle, Mr. Miri.
So he's funding your studies and he's funding your trip,
That's right.
correct? So
Yes.
we already came to the fact that the bank statement or the money he's having right now is 36,000, and then your deficit is about 34,000. So that means that he's left with 2,000 in his bank balance, and he's funding your trip as well.
Yes, please.
Okay. Yeah, your visa interview is tomorrow, so let's see how it comes out. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I got the first one where you told me I could increase the annual income.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
my honest feedback would be to like say a different person is funding your trip, because airplane ticket is like $2,000 to, let's say, approximately. So if the person is using everything is in his bank statement to sponsor you, in my best interest as a visa officer, I'm thinking that you're putting so much pressure on this person that he doesn't have. So when it comes to funding, we want to see if your funding is sufficient, if the person funding you is credible, and are the funds available. Right now, the funds that are available are 36,000. Is it sufficient? No.
Okay. Can I, if I should use someone else, would they ask for the bank statement?
No, it's just who is funding your trip. Maybe my mother in the person of this is funding my trip. That's all. Because already your uncle is taking a huge financial burden of using everything in his bank statement to sponsor you.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. If you don't have any questions, then we move to the next person.
Sarah, is there your interview being tomorrow? Is there any question that you are not too sure how to answer and you want an idea how to answer that question?
As the same question, why this program? I would like to, because the first time I wasn't hearing properly, so I would like to hear it again so I can jot it down.
Why the cosmetology pro? I think you answered it right. It was no. What was the first question that had us going on and on and on
I
immediately?
think what's your program and why did you choose this program? Yeah, that.
Oh, okay.
And then she said cosmetology is not about pedicure, manicure, so she wants to come back and
Right. Yeah. So the feedback that we basically gave was that, you see, you want to convince them that the basic thing at the end of the interview, can you hear me, Sarah?
Please.
Yes. The basic thing is you want to convince them to let them know that I only want to come to the US to school.
After that, I'm coming back to my country because I have bigger plans. You get it? That is the basic, that is like the main structure of everything. However the story goes, this is the main point you want to convince the person with. So you currently being a cosmetologist with just a high school diploma, your goal is to go pursue cosmetology, a bachelor's in cosmetology, and then come back. You currently have your own shop with a couple apprentices in there, so you want to come back and grow your company or your business, have a lot more apprentices, school them, teach them, and then become one of the biggest cosmetologists, professional cosmetologists Nigeria would ever boast of. You get it? So that is what you want to sell to them. You don't want to go sounding like, yeah, she wants to
You are not so sure. Sorry.
right, or you want to pursue cosmetology, but it's like, I don't think she's gonna come back. She's just gonna stay there after that and do something. You get it? You want to just convince that, oh, this is my goal. I am here, but we don't have a school in Nigeria that gives us this opportunity. So I want to go there, school, come back and continue life. You get it? That's the kind of story you want to sell. So back to your instance, you want to mention, I can give you the phrase or the sentence word for word, but things you want to make sure you're including in your response are that: one, you have a high school diploma; two, you have, let's say, 2 or 3 years experience in cosmetology; three, you have your own salon; four, you have a number of apprentices in the salon; five, you want to go and gain professional studies in cosmetology; six, when you come back, you want to grow your business and have a lot more apprentices, hopefully even open up a school that will teach a lot more people, or a lot more young people, cosmetology, since currently in Nigeria it looks like the focus is more on just pedicure and manicure, but truly cosmetology goes beyond these few aspects. You get it? So yes, these are some factors you can include to make your story a strong one.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Okay. Let's go to Rukiat.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. How are you doing?
I'm fine, and you, ma'am?
I'm doing good. Who is funding your studies?
My, I'm going to fund my studies in 2 ways. I have a maybe worth of $22,000, and my father-owned company, Mega Life Sciences Nigeria Limited, will be responsible for my tuition deficit and living expenses. The company make an annual income of $180,000, and it's a pharmaceutical company dealing in marketing of prescription medicine and also distribution of surgical and non-surgical medical equipment.
Okay. Who is You said how much is your deficit?
56,000.
And how much is the bank statement of the person who is funding you? Oh, I think
$56,000.
that's the deficit. How much is the bank statement balance?
100 million naira, equivalent to like 96,000 dollars.
Let me see, 100 million. $96,000.
Like 76. I'm sorry, like 76 or around 70 something $1,000.
Who is funding you?
My father-owned company.
100 million naira is equivalent to 63,694 as at the exchange rate for today. So your deficit is 56,000. Your father's company balance is 63,000. So the company is using their entire bank balance to fund you. Rukiat.
The company make a total annual income of $180,000. That is just only 4 months treatment
So the money you have
as
right
a
now in your
child
bank
high
statement
school.
is what is available to fund you. So the company is actually having 63,000 to fund you, right?
Yes,
Okay, let's go on. When is your interview?
August 9th of August.
9th of August.
Yes.
Okay. Why did you choose this program, and what program are you going to study, and why did you choose this program?
My program is criminal justice, and I choose this program because of my experience during my internship at Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Organization, where I get familiar with contemporary legal and insecurity issues persistent in Nigeria. And I want to contribute a research that will be useful and consultable for security organization, legislature, and governmental agency in formulating a strategic planning that could help reduce the rate of insecurity in Nigeria.
Okay. So convince me to approve your visa.
Approving
Mm.
my
We
visa will enable
Yeah,
me to
can you
pursue my
start
master's
again?
degree in the United States of America, necessary skills. Approving my visa will enable me to pursue my master's degrees in criminal justice, which will equip me with necessary skills and practical experience that I need in contributing a research that will be useful and consultable for security organization, legislator, and governmental agency in formulating a strategic planning and public policy that can help reduce the rate of insecurity in Nigeria.
Okay. I see that you want to solve a problem in insecurity in Nigeria, but I don't get what you will do to help solve that problem. That's why I keep asking you questions along the same line.
Okay.
So, in your own words, what are you going to do to solve the problem of insecurity in Nigeria?
Insecurity is a social issue, and I can only prepare a research that will be useful for necessary organization and government to implement a policy that will help reduce the rate of insecurity.
Okay. 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 So, what's your plan after school?
Uh, After my graduation, I will be coming back to Nigeria to take up a post of policy analyst in my father company, where I will be bringing a valuable insight into the company
So,
legal
right.
compliances
Let me cut
and
you
risk
out.
management.
You just said you
I
were
will
coming to.
also be focusing on implementation of
Can you hear me, Rukiyat?
security protocol.
Rukiyat, you just said you were coming to solve a
Yes,
problem
I can hear you.
Yeah, you said you were coming to solve an insecurity problem in Nigeria. So your comeback story should be in the same line of solving that insecurity. But you are going ahead to work in your dad's company. So what happens to the insecurity in Nigeria?
Uh, I will be contributing a research that will help reduce the rate of insecurity in Nigeria. Should that be, please, I want to say something. Like, should I bring that first or bring that at second? I just want to secure that because the sponsorship is like an investment on my education.
Because
And
your dad is sponsoring you.
yes, so should I bring that
I
I
think
will
your
become a
network
contributing a
your
research.
network went bad. I could not catch that. Can you come again?
Okay, I said, can I put it at first? Like I will be after graduation, I will be coming back to Nigeria to become a researcher that will be contributing a research, or I should bring it at the end, bringing my father's company, like working at my father's company at first.
Hmm. I don't I think your father company I think the Nigerian security, this one is more impactful than your father's company. So you can bring the insecurity one, the research, and then you bring your dad's company.
Okay, because I can be doing the both at the same time, like contributing a research and also be working. Someone can be a researcher and still be working in an organization.
Yeah, for sure.
That's why I'm asking which one should come first. Now I've know that I should bring
The
the
research will come
researcher
first.
first, and later said I will be contributing to my. I will also be contributing to my father business
The
at a
research should
second.
come
Yeah?
first.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
All right, convince me to approve your visa.
Okay. Approving my visa will enable me to pursue my master's degree in criminal justice with concentration on justice and public policy, which will equip me with necessary skills and practical experience that I need in contributing to the betterment of my own country, which is to become a researcher that will be contributing a research that will be useful and consultable for security organization and legislator in formulating a strategic planning and public policy that will help reduce the rate of insecurity in Nigeria.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Do you have any questions?
No, you have answered my questions.
Okay, sure.
Rukaya, just a quick feedback. Sometimes it's just helpful to mention the name of your company than to keep saying my father's company, my father's company. So, what's the name of your father's company?
Mega Life Sciences Nigeria Limited. The issue is that on my DS1 system, I've already filled it on like organization. I've mentioned the name of the organization and they asked about the relationship to me, and I've already filled my father owned company.
Right. But
So
then, yes,
that's
but
why.
then Yes, but then while you're having the interview, it's pretty difficult for the officer to be able to capture all these details in your documents because they're trying to get your, like, there's so many things they're trying to capture in that few minutes they have to spend with you. So I don't, it doesn't hurt to mention the name of the company than to keep saying my father's company. Because if you say my father's company, it could be a vulcanizing shop. Your father's company could be, I don't know, it could be like a little something. You get it. But when you mention the name of the company, I feel like it makes it
More credible.
right than to just say my father's company. Okay, so just get into
Okay,
the habit of mentioning
okay,
the name of the
okay,
company itself. That keep using my father's company. Okay.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. I don't.
Is now, are you telling me now is only when they ask me the relationship, how is the company to me?
No,
That's
it's
when I
very
should
hot.
mention our
So
relationship.
in
Like I,
so
my father and the name of the company.
Yes. So in your you mentioned your father's company quite a couple of times in your delivery. Even in your comeback story, you mentioned your father's company in there. In most of your answers, I did hear you say my father company, my father company. You get it. So instead of all the times that you said my father's company, replace those phrases with
Okay, I should
life
replace with
science
the name.
something something limited. Okay.
Okay, okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Comfort.
Sister me,
How are you doing? When is your interview?
I'm I'm still searching for dates too. Whilst my classes starting 24th of August too.
Oh wow.
I'm not getting date. It's hard to get a date. So I'm
In
still
Nigeria
searching.
or Ghana?
Ghana.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
And your classes are starting. So are you enrolling online?
Not yet.
So like the plan, are you going to give up and reapply or you still set for dates while your classes have started?
I'm still searching for date. If 24th, up to 20th of August, and I haven't get a date yet, so I have to quit and then
Do you,
apply for.
Comfort, do you want to look at Togo, Ivory Coast to go get your visa there? I don't know.
Yeah, I was planning of something like that, but I don't have any idea about going to Ivory Coast. I don't even know anybody to contact to.
I don't know if you're
Mm,
on Emilia's WhatsApp group platform, but I know
yes, I'm on it.
asking, yes, it doesn't hurt to ask on there that, oh, has anybody looked into getting their, is anybody in Ghana who ever looked into getting their visa in another country, let's say in a nearby country or something? And then probably you would see someone, you can DM them and ask them how they are going about it. I know it comes with its own pros.
Yeah, sure. I got one guy that I asked, but you see, he bring my spirit down,
Yeah.
so
What
I
did he
just
But
ignore.
what
say?
did he say?
Like there was just recently last week, one lady went there and got her visa approved. So I contacted her and she did not get back to me. So I confronted this guy and I was asking him questions about Avriko's interview and whatever. He said Avrikos is not good at all. They deny people like even Ghana is better than Ivory Coast. I shouldn't even think of
How many
going there for
times
my
have you
visa and
contacted?
essential.
How many times have you contacted this lady? You know, sometimes people are just busy and it's not that deep if you contact
Yeah,
her.
I contacted her twice. I think twice.
Call, text,
And
which medium?
it, yeah, I called. She couldn't answer. I thought maybe she's busy. So I sent a message on WhatsApp. Up to now, I haven't gotten any feedback.
I think you can try and call her again and text her one more time and just see. Because it sounds like your matter is urgent. And to be very honest, given that you
Yes,
have
so
nearly
it's
a month away for your classes to start,
eh, hmm, this date issue.
yeah. But do you want to just hang on and let's see if Asante has a date? Because I think it would be fair to
But,
people that have dates. So maybe you can hang on and maybe when we are done with Asante, we can probably talk about yours some more.
Okay,
Oh,
okay. That's fine. That's fine.
hi, Asante.
Hi,
Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm good. Are you also searching for dates or you have a date?
No, I have a date. I'm
Mm,
going next to 6th August.
okay. All right. Tell us who is funding your studies.
I'll be funding my education from two main sources. Having worked for 5 years as a senior lead enterprise information security, I've been able to save an amount of 3,410 USD to support my tuition. Additionally, my brother, his Nilaye Boche, is going to support majority of my education. He's a successful businessman and a CEO of Limited Industries Ventures Limited. The company is into the mass production of food and beverages with distribution outlets across Ghana and African and European countries. The company generates an annual income of 70,000 USD. Additionally, I have been given a 2-year study leave with pay from my current employer as a support towards my education.
Asante, how much is your total deficit?
28,810.
And how much is being sponsored by your dad? Or
So
your
my brother,
yeah.
two. So that's I'm sponsoring 3,410 of my education. That leaves 20,500 USD.
Your deficit is 5,000.
28,810,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm taking 3,410 out of it.
So you are left with 25,000 to fund.
Yes,
And
25,000
your brother
USD.
is funding the 25,000, or your brother and somebody else.
My brother.
How much is on his bank statement?
So he earns an annual income of 70,000 USD.
Okay, and how much is on his bank statement?
So the bank statement was printed from April to July and it has a total balance of 44,000 with excess USD.
Okay. I think yeah, that's sufficient. So, what's your relationship with your brother? Does he have a wife and does he have children?
My brother doesn't have a wife actually, and I'm his only dependent.
Okay.
But he actually sponsored my big sister to University of Alberta to pursue her master's degree in international relations and diplomacy. Currently, she's working with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Ghana.
Okay. So these are good information that you want to um give to the visa officer, because the assumption is that once a person has sponsored someone before, they know what goes into this commitment, and if they sponsor someone before, they are more likely to be able to stick to your um commitments, right? So you want to say that your studies will be funded in two ways, because the way you said it, it made it seem like your studies was funded in three ways. So you want
Okay,
to say,
I first stated majorly two ways. However, I mean after I stated, I added that I have a steady leave with pay from my current employer.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Okay, so you mentioned that you have a current employer. What do you currently do?
So currently, I work as a senior lead, enterprise information security with Loaded Technologies Limited. As one of Africa's biggest fintech, and I lead a team of 5 with the responsibility of safeguarding my company's assets, that's physical and logical assets, against malicious attacks and other cyber issues through the implementation of robust security controls and models with supporting documents such as the ISO 27001. Additionally, I'm responsible for training staff and our third parties associated with our business.
So why are you going to study this program?
Having worked as a senior lead close to 5 years, it's become very important for myself and my organization to pursue this master's degree in cybersecurity. Over the last 2 years, my company has been faced with series of cybersecurity attacks, such as malicious attacks and phishing emails, which has really caused my company some data breach issues and has negatively affected our operation systems. And so, having a master's degree in cybersecurity would equip me with the necessary skills and expertise, as well as the knowledge to return to my home country and assume the role of a senior manager enterprise, which is a higher role, and it's readily available for me on my return. Enterprise information security and governance. With my knowledge and in cybersecurity principles and expertise in data analytics and digital forensics, I'll create a robust framework for managing and protecting my organization's assets with the use of advanced security technologies such as the security orchestration automatic response and the Einstein analytics for security to detect and prevent possible cyber threats that would attack our system in order to ensure compliance and also reduce risk. As part of my long term plans, I intend, with my skills in computer networks and software engineering, which I acquired from my master's degree in cybersecurity, I intend to design a robust model that will assist local fintechs in Ghana to solve complex security problems and reduce system risk.
Asante, can I pinch in real quick? You're sounding very eloquent,
Uh,
which is great. I just want to be sure that you are not
not
reading
reading.
out. You're sounding really
No,
eloquent, which is very impressive, but
no,
it's
I'm not
sounding like
reading.
you are reading out, and I hope you are not.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not reading. I'm actually trying to be very relaxed because the last time Amy said I was a bit faster.
Yeah, she
So
was very fast, Danela. She was so fast.
this time around I'm
Are you
trying to.
reading?
No, I'm not.
Mm.
I'm in bed. I'm trying to really calm now.
Wow.
Okay. Do you have any relative in the US?
No, my relatives and friends are here in Ghana.
Okay. And what program are you coming to study again?
Um, I'm pursuing a master's degree with a major concentration in computer and information systems from Grand Valley State University in Michigan.
Okay. Are you going to be a teaching assistant while you school at Michigan?
What did you ask again?
Are you going to be a teaching assistant while you school at Michigan?
I'm aware that the F1 visa allows graduate students like myself to take up a graduate assistantship job on campus where we'll be working for 20 hours. And so having the opportunity to work as a graduate assistant on campus will add on to my expertise and also broaden my knowledge. And I think it will give me the hands-on experience. So it will be a great opportunity.
Think you can be straight to the point and say no. However, when you find the opportunity, you definitely consider it, given that it's going to build up your career portfolio. I think
Okay, I
that's
was,
the
I
better.
was okay. So I was a bit skeptical about saying no because probably the question of why don't, because I don't have any funding from my school,
Right.
right? So I was a bit worried that probably the question of why don't you have any funding from your school. Actually, I've reached out to my programs advisor, and she actually said usually fundings are in the form of graduate assistantships, and they
Yeah.
are actually available when you're on campus, like right. And so that was the conversation we had. And so when me going out try to say no, and probably when she comes back and asks me why don't I have any funding from my school, and I go like this was my advice, I said I feel like I'm shooting myself in the foot. That's why I didn't go straight to saying no.
No, the question was, are you right now, because if you have been offered that position, you would have an offer letter which you would probably take with you to
Okay.
the interview. Right. So you can say currently you do not have that opportunity, but once you are offered the visa and you get to school and that opportunity brings itself, which you are aware that F1 visa holders can work, like you rightfully said, 20 hours, you will definitely consider it, especially since it's going to add on to your career and portfolio.
Okay.
So
All right.
I don't think
Well
you're shooting
noted.
yourself, because the question was, do you have it? So it's
Yeah. So if you say yes, it means that you currently have a scholarship. If you,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
All right. I didn't hear the question, do you have it? I thought you said that would I want to? That was
no.
why
I
I went.
asked if do you have a that position while you're schooling there?
Oh, no, I don't.
Okay. I can't think of any other questions that I I don't know. You sound like you know your stuff, which is
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Uh,
Thank you very much.
are there any questions that you are personally not confident in?
Um, so yes, my program, right, is a course-based one. I'll be offering courses throughout my 2 year studies. However, in my final year, I'll be doing a capstone program, right? There are times I join some mock sessions and I'm being asked, what's your research focus or your research interest, or what's your research about? Well, I kind of say that, oh, my program is actually a course-based one. However, at the last semester in my duration, I'll be having a capstone or a thesis program. And I had one of the views saying that, however, I have to still get a research topic or a research interest for masters.
Um,
And I'm
to
a bit confused about that.
to assist with that, it's very okay to even start school and not know what your
You know
research is
what?
going to be about. But then to still not sound too oblivious, let me say, you are currently working with a fintech company, right? And the goal is
Yeah.
to come back and assume a managerial role and still be in the cybersecurity space of the company. So one thing you could say is that your research is mainly going to focus on data privacy, improvement for fintech businesses. It can be very as vague as that. It should not be very detailed and very well laid out or whatever. You get it,
All
but
right.
just so you don't sound like you're not too sure what exactly it is, just to satisfy how you feel about the person giving you that feedback. I mean, you're already in the fintech
Okay.
group and you're
So
going to be
wait.
working with them, so nothing hurts you from taking a research project that is within that space. Go for it.
Okay. Right. So that answers my question. So in relation to what you just said, does that mean I have to link it to my course advisor? Because of the comments the person passed, I had to go and research on the research interest and teaching interest of my course advisor. So must I link it to, oh, okay, so my course advisor is Dr. Sama Mansa, and I'm drawn to her research interest in artificial intelligence and um, machine learning to detect and prevent cyber breaches in organizations. Is
That
it?
is, yes,
Must I link it?
yes, that is a strong point to give,
And
especially
I
when you
think
know their name and what they are doing.
I also think you are
Hello.
most likely to do the research your supervisor is doing. So
Come
even
again. I didn't hear you.
you are most likely to go into the research your supervisor is doing because you are
Okay.
supporting them. Yeah. So you
Okay.
can do that as your research for now. Like there was
Okay.
that made this supervisor accept you, right? So you are most likely to work with them. So that can be your research interest for now. And it's perfectly fine if you are still figuring things out.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yes. When is your interview? You said August 5th. Oh,
Yes. So that's like next 2 weeks Tuesday.
Who did you say is sponsoring you? Your
My
brother.
brother. Yeah.
right.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And then if you are asked how you're sponsoring your trip, what would be your answer?
Actually, on my DS-160, I placed my brother's name there.
Okay. So you're going to mention your brother.
Yes.
Okay. I don't really have any question. All the best. By the way, I also have my background in cybersecurity. So hi.
Oh, hi. That's nice.
Yeah, I'm in medical device cybersecurity protection.
Okay, that's nice. Okay, that's great.
All
I'm more
right.
into compliance and
Check
risk
on the
assessment.
YouTube page, right?
All right, sure. Thank
Well,
you.
let me drop Danela's link on the chat.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Well, all the best. I hope you get it. Hurry up and come.
Amen.
Hurry
Thank
up.
you.
Come and give
Amen.
pressure. That's what you people know how to do. When you come and you start giving pressure. And you also create a YouTube channel. Yeah, all the best. Yeah. I think
Thank
I think
you.
you sound very confident and eloquent, so that's great. You're not Muslim, are you?
No, I'm not Muslim.
Yeah.
I'm an Ashanti.
Okay, no, I just brought that up because it looks like usually for hijabis, there's like a precaution with how to dress just to make sure
You don't look like it. Yeah.
too suspicious and
Oh,
so that was
yeah.
why.
Okay, I get you.
All right. Well, all the best. I think we can circle back on comfort and see.
Yeah. Comfort.
Sister me.
There are still guests in here, but I want to end the session. Goody Joa. Yeah. Okay, comfort. I think today we will not interview you because I've heard your story over and over again. Unless you have a question or like you want us to clarify something for you so that we can do the people on the because I also want to end the session too.
Okay, I have a question.
Okay.
Um,
What's the question?
just tell me I'm coming. Okay, my question is, um, if they ask you like something like, I see you have chosen a degree in nursing in the University of Memphis. And then the next question is, what motivates you for this specific choice? What are you going to say? Are you going to tell them about the school or why you choose this course?
What's the question again?
The question is, assuming they ask you, I have seen you've chosen a degree in nursing in so and so university.
Okay.
What motivates you for this specific choice?
So what motivates like I'm going back to ask you what motivates you because your motivation can be different from my motivation. You can say your motivation and then we'll provide feedback on how to make your motivation sound better. Okay? So like what's your motivation for choosing this program?
Okay, like you see, my problem is I want to know if this question, I don't really have an answer for it, but I want to know if they ask you such question, are you going to talk about the course or the
Um,
university?
when it comes to motivation, we have two types of motivation: intrinsic motivation and extrinsic motivation. Intrinsic motivation, the motivation is coming from within, and that's where you can talk about passion. And then extrinsic motivation is coming from outside. So, is there something? that you saw in the community, like maybe I like the fact that someone actually said they were going to support maternal health care in Ghana, right? And that's a big
Okay.
problem too.
Okay. Okay. Then I would say something like I've always been passionate about nursing. So after an extensive research, I found out that the University of Memphis offer courses that align perfectly with my career aspiration. Is it okay? Or hello? Hello, sister me.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Yes.
you now.
Uh-huh. Um I wrote down something like I've always been passionate about nursing. So after an extensive research, I have found out that the University of Memphis offer courses that align perfectly with my career aspiration. Is it okay for this question?
What drove your passion to next? Because you saw like something in your community, or what in the healthcare industry drove your passion? Like somebody said, sorry, they were asthmatic and went to the hospital and
Yeah,
brother.
I lost a relative.
Yeah, so that's what's motivating you right now. So you maybe you can tell a quick story. um 3 years ago you lost a brother due to poor healthcare facilities in the, or due to poor care services in Ghana or wherever you find yourself. That's why you chose to like do nursing. That's your motivation, and that's fine.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. Okay, I think that's my question for the day.
Okay. So yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
thank you.
Just keep in touch until you get a date and we can actually. And I've interviewed you multiple times. Like I can literally tell you your story of it. You've been the night before. Like that's what I remember. But I'm not just trying to rub that in your face. And your husband is working somewhere. Your husband is sponsoring you. You have 2 children. Your mom will be taking care of your children, right?
No, I don't have
That's
kids.
goody. Yeah, but I know your story. It's just similar to the person. The person's also on the call right now. Goody, I think so. Yeah, so but just find a date and we can talk, okay?
Okay, okay, that's fine. Thank you.
Problem. Adjoa, are you ready?
Yes, please, I'm ready.
I think Adjoa is not on the call.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Danela, Comfort, Asante, Adjoa.
I
Hello.
think Ajua just responded. I don't know if you can hear her, but I can hear her clearly.
Yo, I can't hear Adjoa.
Oh,
Maybe you can just interview Adjoa.
okay. Hi, Ajua. Yes. So, what
Hello.
program are you reading?
I'm going for a master's in business administration and management with a concentration in healthcare administration.
Okay. Which school?
Lama University.
So, when you say Nama University, you want to also mention where it is. Okay. So, which
Okay. Lama University located in Beaumont, Texas.
Okay. All right. So, what do you do now? Why do you want to go?
I'm a registered nurse, and the reason why I chose this program is because my elder brother is currently expanding his pharmaceutical company to include a clinic, and I'll be taking up the role of a clinic manager. And so I want to study this program to get more advanced business and health administrative skills, such as strategic management skills, healthcare regulation and policy skills, marketing skills, to be able to diligently execute my duties as a clinic manager.
Sorry. Let's go back to coaching phase. What did you say is the name of your like your program and the concentration again?
A master's in business administration and management with concentration in healthcare administration.
Oh, okay, got it. Sorry, I didn't catch that. All right, let's go back to interview phase. All right. So, who is sponsoring you?
My elder brother and
Do
the
you have a?
person
Okay, go for it.
yeah, my elder brother in the person of AK is the one sponsoring me. He's
a pharmacist, a clinical pharmacist, and the CEO of Ali Pharmacy, a pharmaceutical company which is being expanded to include a clinic. He has over 20 employees and he makes an annual income of 60,000 USD. And he's sponsoring me because he wants me to get advanced business and health administrative skills to assist him in the overall management of the operations of his clinic.
Okay. What is your deficit?
I have a deficit of 20,002 USD.
Okay, and your brother is going to be the sole sponsor of this deficit.
Yes.
Does he have a family?
No. He's not married and he has no child.
Is this bank statement for the company or your brother's personal
His
bank?
his personal bank statement.
Okay. All right. So my little feedback in your storytelling is that you say you want to go pursue this program so that you can assume that position with the hope of expanding to have a clinic. I think you can sound more included in the whole your brother's company thing rather than making it look like, oh, I have to do it so that I can take up this position. Before then, what do you currently work?
Yes, I'm a registered nurse.
Do you work with your brother's company?
No.
Okay, so you practice your nursing independent of your brother's company.
Yes.
Yeah. So what you can say, you can, instead of how you put it previously, you can say, with my brother's aspiration of expanding his company to include a clinic, I believe attaining this advanced studies is going to help me contribute to the growth of his company by assuming the position of this, and that. What you said was great, but instead of making it look like, oh, I think your brother wants to give you this role, that's why you're going to school to come and do it. You get it? It doesn't sound like you really want to contribute to the growth. It sounds like your brother needs somebody to take up that position, that's why you're going to school to come and do that. You get it? You don't really, it doesn't sound too convincing when you sound that way. So you can sound that your brother has the dream of expanding his company, and to contribute to that, you believe that your background in this, going for a master's in this, would make you very skilled enough to take up the position of this, where you'll be able to do that to help expand the company. Do you get it?
Yes, please.
So where did you say your school? You said it's in Belmont, Texas.
Yes.
Okay, do you have family in Texas?
No.
Or any other part of the US?
No, please.
No. Okay. So this amount of money that you mentioned, that is the exact amount which is on your bank statement?
Yes.
Okay. And in how many months do we have this bank statement? It's like how old is the bank statement? Is it like a couple of months or 1 month? How old is it?
From when it was printed?
Right. Yeah.
Like 2 months ago.
2 months ago. Okay. Do you have the physical copy, right?
It's with him, but I'll get it like before.
You're going to get it. When is your date? Is it in August or is it this month?
August. 12th August.
12th August. And when does school start?
22nd August.
22nd August. Oh, 12th August to 22nd August. Okay. Pretty cutting it close, but are you able to request for them to bring the date any forward or no? No, but do you know that there's an option to do that
for the interview?
Yes.
I actually they requested for an emergency appointment. That is how come I got the 12th August. So
okay, so I am assuming you had a later date, and then based off of the request, they pushed you to 12th August.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I don't know if Amelia can hear you at this point, but I don't really have any outstanding questions.
I think the feedback you gave was good. She was just sounding like she's coming back. She's pursuing this degree to come back and help her brother because her brother is helping her through school.
Right.
But she's more involved because you are a registered nurse, which is so you want to like emphasize on the fact that you have prior experience that will help your brother. And I think I've given her this feedback before.
Oh, okay. You've been here before. All right.
Yeah.
Well, is there any question that you have within your heart, you're not confident with, and you want some correction on that?
No, not really.
No, really. Okay. Yeah, I think you can. There's no limit to how many times you should practice, but you sound pretty convincing. So I think, yeah, just keep doing some more practice, maybe with your brother, with another person, and even in person too. Because doing online, offline, not seeing anybody's face is very different from going in there and talking to someone with an accent. So,
Okay. Okay.
yeah,
Thank you.
I don't really have any other feedback.
Okay.
Yeah, me.
Thank.
All right, Emilia, you have a lot more people join this. Fever, Goody, Fatima, and Joshua.
Yeah, I want us to.
Okay,
Yeah,
so we should finish with them.
yeah. Let's finish with these people. We are not taking any more because we have to do other stuff too. Yeah. But thank you though so much, Danela, for your help today. This weekend I've not been able to do because I'm so tired.
Oh, wait, this your first session this week?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Me, I just see that you've been posting it. So today I have some time on my hand. I'm like, okay, let me just join and help.
Yeah, if I reach out, like, yeah, let me join for 30 minutes because I know people reach out. Are you not doing sessions in the
Oh.
Yeah, that's why I even joined because I was just tired. But tomorrow I'm off work, so I can do a session tomorrow too.
Okay. All right. Who joined first? Was it Fatima or Fever or Joshua?
I
I don't know who
think
joined first.
Favor because he said he was trying to join. Yeah.
Okay.
Favor, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right. Danela, can you interview her? Yeah, just because you take it over.
Okay.
Favor. Yeah.
All right. Hi, Fever. How you doing?
I'm very fine. How are you too?
I'm good too. What program are you going to study in the US?
Okay, so I'm going to study a PhD in Educational Leadership and Administration in South Carolina University.
Okay. What do you do currently?
I teach in a senior high school currently in Ghana.
Okay. What do you teach? So when you say you teach in a senior high school, you want to say, oh, maybe I teach X in this university, this school. You want to be a bit specific on that.
Okay, so I've been teaching social studies in the senior high school for more than a decade, and
Oh.
much of my work has been in the rural areas of Ghana. So I've come to understand the challenges of school leaders who work in the rural areas, and most of the time,
Fever, sorry, let me jump in. I just asked what program you are going to study, so I was going
okay,
to get into your why. Okay, so
okay,
with the program, you just said, oh, I've been teaching in for a decade as a social studies tutor in this SHS or something. I think that should be
okay,
a very good answer. So let's get into
okay.
your why. Why do you, after teaching for a decade, why do you see the need to go pursue a PhD?
All right. So, like I was saying, much of my career in teaching has been in rural areas. And because of that, I've come to appreciate the unique challenges of rural school heads. And most of them do not have training to manage rural schools. Much of the training they give to school leaders is general school principles of leadership. And when I was looking for a program to study, I came across the curriculum of South Carolina University, and I realized that they actually emphasize rural school leadership, and they have courses on rural education, and also the faculty in the department are committed to rural education research. So that was why I decided to choose that program.
That's a great answer. I like how you talk about the problem and you specifically mention how your university, South Carolina, I'm not too sure what you mentioned, but the university has a program that is in perfect alignment with the problem you mentioned. That's a great answer. Do you have funding?
Yes, I'm fully funded.
Okay, so I assume so you want to say I'm fully funded by my professor. You want to give me a lot more information.
Okay.
So are you fully
Okay.
funded?
Yes, I am fully.
Yeah,
Yes,
you
I
are
am
fully
fully.
funded. You have to say it differently. So I was fortunate to be awarded a fully funded scholarship
Mm-hmm.
that covers the entire cost of my tuition, my living expenses, and it's three things: your tuition, living expenses, and what miscellaneous expenses or
And
something.
yes, and health
Yeah,
insurance.
yeah.
Right.
So
So
make
you
sure
want
you
to
are saying that
mention.
with confidence because
Mm-hmm.
half of your problem is solved.
Right.
Okay.
So are
Okay.
you funded at all?
Yes, I am fully funded with a full tuition waiver, and then which covers it also covers my living expenses and my health insurance.
Will you be going to the US with your family?
No, please.
Do you have a family?
Currently no.
What do you mean currently no?
Okay, no.
Yeah, so that's also a thing. So we are also assessing your strong ties to your home country. So currently, I do not have a family, but I'm in a serious or committed relationship where I plan to come back to start a family.
Okay.
That's something
All
you
right.
Mm.
can also do as a tie back to your home country.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right. All right. All right.
But
Okay.
when you say no, let me get a bit personal. Are you married at all?
No, I'm not married, but
Okay.
I am. Yes, like
Yeah,
she
then
said,
yeah, then I think any
currently.
answer is like a strong way to go about it.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. What else can I ask you? For those with PhD, it looks like you're fully funded, so it's not too much of a pain as compared to those that have to take care of their own fund. Are you going to be a teaching assistant?
Uh-huh. I was just coming. I wanted you to ask me the question of what I would be doing when I come back to my home country.
Uh,
So
Wait, before
yes,
we get
because
to that one, let's answer this.
okay.
Are you a teaching assistant? Will you be a teaching assistant while you go to school?
Yes,
Okay,
yes. So like I've been awarded a graduate teaching assistant.
okay, that's great. Yes. So, what's your
Mm.
plan when you're done with school?
Okay, so when I'm done with school, I want to come back to my home country and take up a college teaching position where I would contribute to the development of a curriculum in educational leadership in my alma mater that uh, is tailored to the needs of rural school leaders so that they can be efficiently um, taught as to how to manage rural schools.
Okay. Hmm.
Yeah, I like the educational curriculum part. It's just how the articulation doesn't make us get the point better. So I
Please,
think
can you come again?
the idea is good, but how you arranged it. So if you can take it again to make us understand, you are coming to do an educational curriculum something, right? That's the problem you found, right?
Okay, okay,
Yeah. So can you say it again?
okay. So I'm saying that when I come back, I would want to take up a teaching position in a college or my former university, my alma mater, where I would
Can you mention
contribute
the name of your alma mater?
University of Cape Coast.
Yes, so you can just go ahead and mention
And
that.
say University of Cape Coast. Mentioning the names of the institution just brings credibility to whatever
Mhm.
point you are trying to make. Because anybody
Okay.
can say my former institution. But if you mention University of Cape Coast, then you are telling the visa officer that you are confident of what you are saying and you are not telling a lie.
All right, all right, all right. Okay. So when I come back, I would want to take up a teaching position in the University of Cape Coast, where I would contribute to the development of the educational leadership curriculum so that it will be tailored to the needs of rural school leaders, equipping them with effective skills and strategies to be able to manage rural schools so that the potentials of students in such schools can be maximized.
Okay. How long is your program?
It's a 6-year program.
Okay. And do you have an idea what your research is going to be about?
So, like I mentioned, my research will look at disparities between rural and urban schools, taking into consideration educational resources, the quality of teaching, human resources. That's talking about the teachers, and then um, programs that can help rural schools rural school leaders to be more effective. That is the center of my research.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I can't really think of any other. You said your school is in South Carolina, right?
Yes, please.
Do you have friends and family in South Carolina
No, please.
or any other part of the US, maybe?
Okay, I have a relative in the US. I have a brother in the US, but he
Ah,
doesn't live in.
got you. You have a brother. You said you have a brother where?
in the US, but he doesn't live in South Carolina.
Emilia, how do you feel about her disclosing her
So
relatives
I will
in the
always
US?
ask you, did you enter it on your DS 160?
Yes, but I haven't submitted it.
Yeah, so it's more advisable you don't bring this person up at all. But in the case where you have submitted your DS 160 and you have a brother, you quickly say that I do have a brother living in the US who is currently maybe pursuing a master's degree and plans to come back with this company. Personally, I have the plans of coming back. So the brother in this case can be an enablement for you to stay after school. And one of the things you have
Mhm.
to satisfy as an F1 applicant is you come back after school. So if you are saying you have a brother, the brother should be coming back, and you yourself have to reiterate the fact that you are coming back after school.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
okay, okay.
also say something like, but your visit to the US is specifically to go to school at South Carolina, after which you will come back. So, if I don't know whether you're still going to maintain your brother being in the US or not, but at the end of the day, you want to convince the officer that you are going there solely for school, whether you have a
Yeah,
brother there or not.
yeah.
You are going there for school and coming back. That is the main reason why you're going. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Do you have any other questions, Ian?
Yes. My question has to do with, because I currently teach in a high school,
Mm-hmm.
and I said that when I come back, I would want to take up college teaching. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, what do you think about that?
There's nothing wrong with that because you're going to pursue advanced studies. You're going to come back really skilled, and so you should definitely be able to take a higher position. I don't think there's
Okay,
anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay, okay. All right.
you you should
Thank
be,
you so much for your
and
time.
you'd have a PhD, so definitely, the university will be willing to offer you a position. So
Okay, okay, okay.
That's
Thank you.
you're welcome. So when do you plan to submit your DS 160 then?
When what I read on the internet was, you should submit it 3 days, at least 3 days to the interview.
Okay.
I
Emilia,
I
is
don't
that
know.
Yeah, but is there any reason you are not submitting it? Because if you are keeping it, you can forget. Like actually, so yeah,
Okay. Oh,
is there any reason, or you want to keep it and then maybe join prep sessions and even
yes.
because
Just like our
they are putting,
okay.
like I know people who are working as national service and they've entered in their DS 160 that they are unemployed. I'm like, national service is work. So if you are able to edit your DS 160 that you are working, that gives you a better story. So if that is your excuse, that's fine.
Oh, okay. So like, the reason I haven't submitted is, I'm like, okay, maybe what if maybe something changes and I want to maybe put it in the DS
Like your brother,
160.
like this, if you have not submitted it, don't use your brother for anything. Because the
Oh,
fact
okay.
that somebody has the same surname with you doesn't mean that he is your brother. So there's no way they can verify that you have a
Yes, yes,
so
yes, yes. It's the same name actually. I was like, because US, I mean, they have data about people. I mean,
I
we
know
have the same thing.
the same surname. Even people can have the same, be married and have different surnames. So that's fine. My only concern
Okay.
is maybe if you have entered your brother in one of your processes before, then it becomes a concern. But if you
No, I haven't. I haven't.
just go ahead and then remove him from the DS 160, he's not about to play a role, especially when he's not sponsoring you. You have full sponsor.
Okay.
You don't have to put anything that incriminates you of staying
Okay.
after school.
All right. All right. All right. Thank you so much.
No problem. Let's do who is left? Fatima. We just did favor. So Fatima and Joshua. There are a lot of people in the back, but unfortunately we cannot add them today. Fatima.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening. How are you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm good. Fatima, how are you funding your studies?
Okay, my mother will be the one funding for my education in the US. She's
And
a cosmetologist who owns and run a business industry in Accra. She travels to Nigeria and other West African countries to import them. She earns a minimum of $25,000, $30,000 annually. And she's been in the business for a decade now.
how much does your mom earn? Did you say that?
She earns $25,000 to
So
thirty thousand dollars.
it's even important than telling us where she goes to pick her goods, right? Because
Come
the only
again.
useful
Please
information
come
for,
again. Hello.
yeah, how much your mom earns
Say
is more important than telling us where your mom is taking her goods or sourcing her product. Because the most important thing here is to assess if your mom is able to fund you. Without knowing how much your mom earns, I cannot tell if she is able to fund you or not. Did you get it?
okay, so are you trying to say that I shouldn't add where she going to take the goods from?
You can add it, but make a priority to state how much she's making before you say all of that.
Okay, okay,
So
okay.
my deficit to be funded for by my mom. She works as and she earns an annual income of this and works as so and so. She sources her goods from here. You have stated how much she earns. So if the visa officer wants to cut you in, he knows how much the person is earning before they cut you in.
Okay.
Yeah. What's your plan after school?
Okay, my primary goal is to return to my home country after graduating. I plan to take a I'm starting. My primary goal is to return to my home country after graduating. I plan to impart knowledge and skills I've gained in the US to help in the development and growth of my country, especially the health sector, and take up a role as a medical technologist in a hospital to help to improve patients' care by performing accurate and reliable test results in the treatment of diseases.
Are you currently working in the health sector?
No, please.
What do you currently do?
Currently, I'm schooling in the University of Ghana.
So okay, so are you come to do bachelor's, masters or PhD?
Bachelor's.
You are schooling. Wait, you are the one I spoke to the last time.
Yes, please.
Okay. Danela. So this lady, she's in fourth year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she wait like 2 weeks to finish, and she's telling me that she get her visa to leave the 4 years of school and come to US.
Oh, Fatima, all
So
the
that's
four
why she's
years.
laughing because I was like, let me advise her that don't make that mistake
Yeah.
because you will get to the US and be like, oh, so US any. And it's not because we are here. At some point, it becomes normal to you. You live your life like, hey, like, am I really in the US? Do you get it? So for you to leave 4 years degree to come to the US, it's like a big sacrifice, especially when you're left with 2 weeks to complete. So that's why she's laughing.
Yeah, Fatima, when is your visa interview?
8 August.
2 weeks away from.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and then when does school begin?
School begin.
When?
I don't
When
get
your
it.
classes starting in the US?
Yeah.
Okay, starting on 17th August.
So, I don't know whether. So, this is what is coming to mind right now. I don't think you should sacrifice your undergraduate unless you have a very bad GPA, which I don't think you do because you would not even have got admission to a school in the US if you had a terrible GPA. So, I think if it's too.
No, I started this application before I came to the university. But due to some reasons I had to continue University of Ghana like that.
So
You are
it's
almost.
been 4 years now since everything started, right?
Yes.
Yes. So in 2 weeks, you would graduate from Legon with a bachelor's degree in whatever program you are reading, right?
Yes.
Yes. So why don't you want to rather do a master's or maybe a PhD, but want to start again from scratch?
Okay, actually the course I'm doing in the university is not
Mm-hmm.
my choice. Like
It's not
I
your.
don't like it. Yes. The thing
What
I
course
was
is it?
doing Education. They gave
It's
it to me. I didn't choose it. Yes.
okay. You're doing education, but what do you want to come and do in the US?
I want to study medical technology.
Yeah, you can still do like I feel like you can branch into a different master's program regardless of what your undergrad was. I mean, that is it depends. It has some pros and cons, or it has some underlining factors. But to think about it that you want to let go of all the bachelor's years, it sounds like a lot of sacrifice to me. But you know what, you already have the visa date and that's fine, but maybe in the meantime you can reach out to your advisor or your I don't know whether you probably have an advisor, or I don't know the name, they call it graduate coordinator, maybe undergraduate coordinator. Yeah, you can probably reach out to them and let them know what's going on, that you have a bachelor's degree in this, you get it in 2 weeks. Did you have any recommendation, anything that you should consider? Oh, everything going on here is that I am concerned that you spent 4 years of your life pursuing a program which is not even that bad of a program. Education is a very universal and very versatile program.
Yeah.
It's not like you were doing maybe entomology or like something very specific. Education, you can do education and branch into engineering, you can do education and do branch into business. Like, it's a very versatile program, you get it? So if you wouldn't mind, I would suggest that you send an email to your undergraduate coordinator, so whoever they have on their website, as contact this person if you have any other questions, like that kind of contact. Send them an email, tell them that this is the problem, this is what you have, is it possible for them to help you get into a master's program instead of just, or you can even request to have a Zoom call with them. I usually prefer
The
calls because
try. It's worth the try.
right, yeah, you're able to like have a clear conversation with them. So bring that up and see if you can have a chat with them and let them know that this is what is going on. You never know, you can actually win yourself. And the other thing is, it's not like the school is funding you, you're funding yourself, right? So I don't see why you can't
Okay,
break into a
actually,
master's program.
I
Actually,
don't
what?
know, but I really want to start from scratch for
Okay,
the medical technology program.
okay, okay. I respect your decision. That's fine. I was just trying to save you 4 years, but if
4 years of
yeah,
No, but I'm going to finish my examination before leaving you.
yeah. So at the end of the day, you're going to have two bachelors. That's what you want to tell
yeah,
me, right?
that's not bad.
I mean,
Yes.
And
you're
the
better
last
off.
time she was like, when she gets the visa there, she will leave the one. But at least today she said that she will finish the school. So
Okay,
Yeah, you.
actually I thought about what you said. Like, I really sat down to think about it,
yeah,
and I
but
realized
4
you
years
were
is
right.
not easy. And there are people who write about their profile, and you can see where they've gone to pass, like with degrees before they got to where they are. So you have an educational degree, like Daniela is saying, that degree is so universal. Should you come to the US, even go do a master, do a PhD, you can still emphasize on that university, the education degree, and come back to Ghana to teach if like the need be for you to come back to Ghana. So that degree is not a waste. So just complete it, and we understand your decision if you want to do a 4 years degree again. Yeah, I just hope that your visa will be approved. But in the
Inshallah.
worst case, if you don't get this approved, next time you are trying for a master's degree, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so just be in this. Let's just concentrate on you going for this interview first, and then maybe, hopefully, if you are offered the visa, we can have a conversation about how to not that. But it's fine. Let's just concentrate on the present, getting the visa. That's the first point, and then after the next considerations can be made. But I don't know. I mean, like, you asked there quite a number of questions, right?
Yeah. First, what question did I ask you? It was
Okay,
about
you asked about who is going to fund me, and later you were like, "What will I do if I come, like, after completing my studies?"
yeah. What's your plan after school?
Okay, my plan is to return to my home country after graduating, and I plan to um. Let me start again. I plan to come back to my home country after graduating and impart the knowledge and skills I've gained in the US, help in the development and growth of my country, especially in the health sector, and take up a role as a medical technologist to improve patient care by performing accurate and reliable test results in the treatment of diseases.
Yeah. So I've asked you your comeback. Tell me about your program. The program you are come to study here.
Okay, so the medical technology program in HATSEC is a 4-year degree program leading to a Bachelor of Science degree in medical technology. I'll be taking courses like biology, chemistry, biochemistry, and mathematics. Mm,
Oh,
Please, I wanted to
what?
ask a question.
Okay, yeah. Ask your question.
If you have to ask tell me about your program, like what and what are you supposed to involve in it aside the 4 years and the course you're going to study?
What courses are you going to take during this period? Are you going to do a thesis? Because it's an undergraduate degree, I'm thinking it's just course based, because most of these undergraduate courses don't have thesis or all of that stuff. So are you going to do a capstone during the project? Like, what is the internship plan for an undergraduate degree? This one. So those are the things you want to talk about. The 4-year degree program, some of the courses you are going to take, and with the courses you want to be mindful of which courses you are mentioning, because consider what's your plan after school, and consider what courses you want to take after school. Like
Okay.
what help you want to provide your community after school, and pick the courses that will be relevant to that story.
Okay. And also I wanted to ask, um I don't know how to put it. For the forgotten. Mm,
Yeah. So if you are forgotten, we'll go ahead and interview Joshua, and then once you get, you'll be the last person we talk to, and then we'll end the session for today. We've been on the call for almost 3 hours, so
okay.
life must move on, Charlie. Yeah,
Okay.
Joshua, how are you doing?
Good, eve-
Joshua,
good evening.
yeah,
Good
how
evening.
are
I
you?
was trying to unmute. Sorry.
Yeah, what? How are you funding your studies? Sorry.
Okay. I got a loan approval of 45,000 US dollar from the Empower Financing. So I will be using that to fund my program. Then I intend to make a repayment of the loan by using, because every month the school will be giving me $1,400 for living expenses and to take care of myself. So I intend to use $600 to service the interest for the 2 years so that it will not pile up. Then upon the completion of my program, I intend to come back to Nigeria to apply for a job
All
where
right.
I will
So
be able
with the
to.
funding issue, when you are using a loan, that you've come up with a plan that, yeah, I like the fact that you talked about your repayment plan while you are in school. So that's fine. It's that in itself makes your answer for who is funding your education very lengthy. So you want to leave it at that, because I asked you who is funding your education and what's your plan
Okay,
after school.
okay,
Your answer was already long, so you don't need to add your plan after school.
all right,
What's
all
your
right.
plan after school?
Sorry.
What's your plan after school?
Okay, upon my completion of educational technology in University of Delaware, I intend to return to Nigeria, where I will be able to deploy and engage the skills I've acquired from the school to be able to. First of all, I also run a home tutorials outfit where I have over 8 teachers working with me at the moment. So I intend to use that as a growth driver for the business, so I can get more clients, and then it will be like a unique selling point for the home tutorial outfit. And then beyond that, also, I 2022 I registered a business as an educational resource with Corporate Affairs Commission here in Nigeria that will
All
allow me to
right,
go in.
Joshua, what are the
Okay.
list in 2 sentences what you want to do after school?
Okay. I was going to say that I'm going to set up a consulting company uh, regarding educational technology, where I will be one of the best educational technology consultants in Nigeria, and I'll also be
All
training
right. So I've
private
always said
private
that
teachers and
after
government.
Joshua, I've always said
Ma,
that after school, the plan of what you are doing after school should be very feasible, right? So you mentioned a couple of things. You want to set up a consultancy. That's not feasible right after school because there's a lot that goes into setting up a business. So let's see another thing that you can do after school that's more feasible. Are you
Okay, because why I use that is because, can I say something?
okay?
Why I say that is because I already have an educational outfit I've registered here in Nigeria at the moment that endorses consulting, which
Okay,
I've even been
already
practicing.
established, right?
Yes.
Okay,
So
that's so
I've
you want
also done.
the visa officer does not know you, right? So you want to state that I've already established a consulting firm. So I will come back to work in this consulting firm to do this and this and that. Because you want to make the person understand that you're already in this business. So it's not easy, it's not that hard to come continue it.
Okay. Okay.
Like, do you get my point?
I get your point. I understand.
Okay. And Joshua, convince us to approve your visa. That's your last question.
Okay. Approving my visa will give you opportunity to go to the University of Delaware at Newark to be able to acquire the needed skills to be able to be a specialist as an educational technology consultant to come back to Nigeria and impact the learning process and the teaching process as far as education is concerned in Nigeria. So whereby I will be able to also train other teachers, both private and public school teachers, to be able to broaden their horizon as far as how to make technology, how to enhance learning through technology.
Okay, Joshua, I think that's good. Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Make sure my general feedback is make sure your answers are brief and still putting the message across. Because not
Okay.
all officers will wait 1 minute, 2 minutes.
Okay. Was I too fast or was I too slow?
You said?
Was I too fast while talking or I was too slow?
Yeah, today is okay. The other time you were very fast.
Okay. Okay. Then I have some questions to ask. Can I go ahead?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm not only running that consulting firm. I also run home tutorial services too. There are two outfits I run at the moment. Okay. So now I'm thinking while the other day you corrected me about how I intend to pay back my loan, and you said I should reach the point I gave earlier now that I will use part of the money given to me as a stipend every month to service the interest of the loan. However, I'm thinking because after paying the teachers, I still have over $400 here in Nigeria, as in that is left for me. So I'm thinking I can also use that as a point to say that I'll be adding that to the stipend so that I can boost the amount I'm going to be paying for the
Yeah,
interest.
so in that one, you can say that as a business owner in Nigeria, you get paid monthly as well. And then after paying your employees, you are left with $400, which will also be used to help fund your student loan repayment.
Okay, thank you. Because the business can run without me, and I intend to also hand over to my wife while I'm away. So she would want to manage the business while I'm not even around.
Or Joshua,
So
another thing you can consider is to look at the annual amount you would have, or
okay,
the annual amount you'll be able to raise from your company. You get it. When you see that, then you can see that, oh, this is how much you're getting for the loan, but this is how much your company you're able to raise on your own through your company. So with that, you'll be able to use some of the amount to pay off the loan as and when you need to. You get it. You can quantify it in an annual form if you like, or monthly. Just depends on you.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. Then one more last question. Can I go ahead and ask? Okay,
Yes.
I really want to get how does scholarship works? Because if I had known about how scholarship works, I would have tried to go into loan in the first place. So after I started this process, I got to know how that people are actually getting scholarship a lot. So I just want maybe a little information or something or tips to guide me.
Is your program a master's program or a PhD?
Yes, masters.
Yes. So
Yes.
usually, sometimes in the universities, they have these assistantship roles where you would be like more or less like a TA, a teaching assistant, and then you'll be paid. And the
Okay.
amount
Okay.
that you are paid, some can contribute to your stipend, or any other thing. You get it? So there's that form of scholarship. There's also scholarships in the university that the school itself offers. So maybe the school is offering this scholarship to maybe students. For example, Stanford has the scholarship for Ethiopian students where they sponsor everything for them. You get it? So those are within the school, and if you are on the school's mailing list, you get to know about them. So there's actually a lot of scholarships. There are also just rich NGOs that support students schooling. Like there's the Mastercard Foundation that supports or that sponsors students. There's the Melinda Gates Foundation. There's just also individual foundations and NGOs that also sponsor students. So it just depends on the kind of
Okay.
scholarship you're looking at.
Maybe I have a wrong perception about scholarship in the first place because I thought to be able to get a scholarship, you must be on a strong Q1 or first class. So, because I had strong Q2, 3.46 out of 5 points here in Nigeria. So, but I felt I can't earn a scholarship with that because somebody for you to have a scholarship must be a first class or a strong Q1. So, I think I have a wrong perception.
So every scholarship has its own eligibility criteria. For example, for the Mastercard scholarship, you need to have a certain GPA, you need to have done some community service. They have their own criteria. Every scholarship has its own criteria and it differs across organizations. So there's
Okay.
no one way to go in about it, but at least one criteria that cuts across is that the students should be in good academic standing. So
All right. I thank you so much.
all right, you're welcome.
Joshua, I don't
So,
think
are you approving my visa?
all of yeah, we approve your visa, but all of these scholarships, like also me personally, I also had this perception that scholarship was protocol, especially when it's coming from the African country. Like the selection process was based in a team in the African countries. But it's high time you alter your perception to be able to enjoy these benefits, right? Because mind you, Daniela and I won the Mastercard scholarship, and we never paid. Like there was
Wow.
no instance where they asked us $1, and they were even paying us if we go to the hospital during school time. They reimbursed us. Like I went for my eyeglasses, they paid for it. So these are benefits
Wow.
you enjoy. Because with a GPA of 3.46, if I heard you correctly, that's not a bad grade to say that scholarship is just for high performance. You are a high performer in your own self. You have established businesses. Mind you, the criteria for scholarship, like Daniela is saying, it depends on the institution. And also, sometimes it's not just about grade. What have you done outside of academic work? And for you, you have a better story because you set up businesses and you employed other people. So, like,
Mm.
worst case scenario, if this doesn't work, you have to work to get a scholarship. And if you have a scholarship, if you've noticed, if somebody comes on the call and they have like um they have some 80 full funding, I'm like 80% of your problem is solved. Because when you go for the decent interview, they don't even stress you. Okay?
Mm. Mm.
That's let's alter your perception about scholarship. They do work and they are real.
Okay, thank you. Maybe I will still do more research to be able to
Yeah,
know how it works and all of that.
yeah.
All
Fatima, do
right.
you remember your question?
Yeah, I remember my question.
What's your question?
Okay, so my question was, if they are to ask, tell me about your program. Is it right for me to say, because on my school website, the program is saying that after I'm done with, it's a 4-year program, but the last year will be internship and will be assigned to hospitals. So I don't know, but I feel that if
It's
I'm to
a
get the
very good
visa,
point. That's why I was like, is there a capstone? Because me, my master's program included a capstone where I go to a company in any place that I choose. People went to the UK from the US to go do practical hands-on experience. And it's part of the program. It's not like we were done with school. So you can say that this program also helps you to do a capstone project, and which will help you intern with a real life medical institution, and you are doing medical devices and medical applications.
technology,
Yeah, so it
medical
will help you
technology.
get a hands-on experience of what you have learned in class, and also even convince me why the US. If you are asked the question why the US, your program is providing you a capstone which will provide you hands-on experience that will make you get these skills. So that's also in itself can also be used to answer why this school.
Okay, so I should add it up. Me, I was
Yeah,
thinking that if I'm to say that the visa officer might think after my internship I will
no,
not want
it's
to
part
come
of the
back.
program. This is part of
Okay.
your program, not after school postgraduate opportunities. It's part of the academic curriculum.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And also, I also have a question.
Again.
If they had to ask me that why did I choose medical technology, I have two answers, and I would like to see them to see which one makes sense.
Okay.
The first one is that the reason I chose medical technology was that growing up, I found so much interest in studying the medical field and helping others. I'm also attracted to the idea of working in a laboratory, using my knowledge and skills to improve patients' care. I believe becoming a medical technology is going to help me perform accurate and reliable test results to improve patients' outcome and also decrease the time taken to treat an illness. And the second answer is, if you have to ask why did I choose this program, I'll be like, because I want to improve patients' care by performing accurate and reliable tests for the treatment of diseases. The first one and the second one, like should I choose the first one? Because the reason I'm saying the first one, the reason I'm asking if I should choose the first one because I've not had any clinical experience. So I don't know if I should
Yeah, I
say,
think
like
the
I'm
first one
confused.
sounded more convincing than the second to me. So you can use the first one.
Okay. Thank you.
Fatima, so quick question. Considering,
Okay.
did you have on your DS 160 that you are currently in school?
Yes. No, I didn't tell them I'm currently in school. I told them like they asked me what institution I'm in, and I stated University of Ghana. They asked of the course, and I wrote education there.
So, if you are asked that, why is it that you are currently pursuing education and want to now go read medical technology? What are you going to say?
Actually, I've not prepared for an answer for it.
Hey, Fatima.
Yeah, but you have
At
to use.
first, I was going to say that like I started with applying, and because I had a course, I felt like just moving on to I guess what I want and go. But I realized that doesn't make sense.
I think something you could say is that regardless of the program you are reading now, this is the passion that you've identified in the process of you reading your current program. You realize that you are aligned more towards medical technology and healthcare, and that is where you see that you have the passion. And so that is why you decided to give yourself the opportunity to take another bachelor's in this program. I think that is something you could say.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Unless you have something else in mind.
Oh no, I don't have an answer to that question. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Fatima.
Okay, so please, how I answered my question, like, should I change something inside or it's
I,
okay?
I think we gave all the feedback when we're asking your questions. Like those, like you have the thoughts, so we didn't have like strong feedbacks. Just those little ones we said while you were talking, because now I might not remember the even feedback I gave. Right?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
but
so
you
please,
have
I'd
the
like to come
just
again.
like this controversy around your undergraduate degree, because if they ask you what did you do after high school, then you have to explain that, oh, I'm currently enrolled in an undergraduate degree in the University of Ghana. Because there was one guy that was very good on this live session, and he went and they asked him, why the gap course after high school? And I don't know if he was also hiding his undergraduate. He said he was working with his father's business and here and there. So you might as well speak the truth, which will help you. Okay.
So I should speak the
The
truth.
truth that you are currently pursuing an undergraduate degree in the University of Ghana, but like Daniela said, this is more of a passion for you, and that's why you are still going for this program. But you
Okay,
also
so
find a problem in the society, because just a person cannot convince me to approve of this. I always say it.
I should add more to it.
Yes. Find a
Okay.
story. Since your interview is on here, we can prep and it will still be refining the stories until it gets better.
Okay. So can I add this to the story that the course I'm doing, I don't like it, so I shouldn't
No,
add it
like
at
the
all.
visa officer is not your friend. The more transparent you are, the more you incriminate yourself. If you don't like this
Okay.
program, what shows that I will approve your visa, you come to the US and you not tell me you don't like the program. So you are going to do
Okay.
another thing to it.
Okay. I get you.
Yeah. So you with the answers, you want to be as strategic as possible. I've seen that like you are just trying to be an the visa officer to get your visa. That's the worst thing you can do. Because those people are there to serve the interest of their country and not that of yours.
Okay.
All right. All right. We've spent like 3 hours on this call. Thank you all so much for joining. I do see that there is God's pen or God's brain in on the live, but like we can't see any more people. Daniela, thank you so much for your support today, and Carlos. Yeah. So everyone that we're not able to interview today, tomorrow I'm planning to have a session, and so you can join and then we can share. Yeah. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you very much.
No problem.